So here's the cool thing: the show has started, but somehow the cameras on the other screen don't work. So I'm gonna fix it. Hi, Robin.
Good job, Robin.
You believe in me?
I believe in you. You can fix it.
I can fix it. It's an easily fixable
Hello.
thing.
Indeed.
And then now you're fixed. Oh, you were? What happened? What the?
Aww.
Why didn't it work? Boo, boop, beep, boo. Oh, because, yeah, right. Yes. I'm able to, no, okay, here, let's try this. No, not filters. I don't. Here's what I want. No. I don't know why it's not working.
What happened? We broke the show.
It's been broken. I see it. Okay, Rob Tui, change it to Robin. Well, that is unfortunate. What if I do?
Minimize
Oh,
Discord?
yeah. You know what? It wasn't right. It wasn't. It wasn't broken. I just had something on over the top of it, which was.
But you're all little in the
I know.
frame
Yeah.
now.
Thank you very much. I'm fixed. All right.
Yay.
What I
Cool
meant was, hi,
background, by the
Robin.
way. Hi, Rob.
What up, bitches? Hey, what's up, Caesar? Hi, Bill. Hi, Dragonbait.
Hello,
So,
hello.
because the screen before the show is slightly different than the screen we have now, so that's why.
Oh, we should fix that.
Well, but
It's fine.
I just I'll tell you exactly what happened was the one time we had to do it in Discord, I had that thing on on top of our regular cameras, and I just didn't know it, and so I couldn't. And then when I went to go change it and then turn it off, do you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
How was your day?
How was your day? No, my day was very tiring, and we're still building our fence. The fence panels are up now, so tomorrow we're getting an inspector to come to the house and show us. You know what? It's a long story.
I love
But
you, man.
because we're trying to install a pool, like that's the end goal. We're trying
Right.
to get a pool installed. So yeah, but we're mostly done with the fence. The panels aren't the same color, so tomorrow we have to stain them. And yeah, I'm really tired and I'm super sunburnt on my forehead, and my shoulders are really sunburnt because I was wearing like sleeveless shirt because it's
Yeah.
hot.
Hot.
But anyways, how was your day?
Oh, Gorvidal, thank you for the resub. My day was good. Let me see if I can remember what happened, because as you know, I just woke up, so I have to figure out what I did before that. Um, oh, I know. I was working a lot on the spells. Um,
Oh
the
right,
the
for Kent's
yeah,
extensions.
adding Kent extensions to the spells, which I've already caught up on that. Everything that everybody submitted, I'm caught up on, and then I'm adding the Diablo Bob Critically Awesome Essentials token thing, so that if you have that installed, if you have CAE turned on and you drag the spell open, the token thing is pre-populated. It's already there with the measurements and everything. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
What?
And then if you don't have that extension, it doesn't mess with your things. It just doesn't show up. Pretty
Oh my
cool.
god, I need that like
Yeah. Well,
yesterday.
it's already been updated for the ones I've done. So there's like six letters of the alphabet are already in there. If you go download it now, they're already there. And
Oh my god, that's
there's
awesome.
a thing in the instructions that explains. I'm working on it. Don't pester
Will
me.
that be done by Saturday? Because
I should think it would be
Saturday's
done
the
by
day I
Saturday. Yeah,
DM. Oh my god, you're the best.
I am the best.
So excited.
And so I was working on that, and then I changed a light bulb, and then I drank trying to fast, but I'm not doing a good job. But I'm getting my electrolytes. I'm drinking just basically Gatorade and water.
So, why are you fasting out of curiosity?
So I have a bit of a weight problem. Um,
Don't we all?
so what happens is every year I go to Seattle to do a liver clinic, and they check up on me, and then they yell at me, you need to lose weight. And then I go, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I go home, and then about a month or two before I go back, I have to try to lose weight to make their to so they don't yell at me.
So it's like a New Year's resolution for you,
Kind of. I mean,
kind of thing.
I always try to. I do my best. I mean, if I just ate what I wanted all the time, I'd weigh 700 pounds. I'd be like in a chair, and they'd have to call CNN to come film me and get a crew to move me out of my house. Like if I just did. So I try to eat. But my problem is I totally blame myself 100%. But it would help me. I always say this to people. It would help me if I had a girlfriend or a roommate or just any other human being in the same house as me who would be like, maybe not that. And as I'm, eating whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
But
Makes sense.
it's really hard. And I started to get very discouraged about 20 to 25 years ago when the line of eating healthy and eating cheaply crossed,
Yeah.
because you can, if you go to McDonald's, you can get a hamburger for 99 cents, but a salad is $7.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
it's really
insane.
stupid. It's just stupid how we all live in this country, and America is the worst country for healthy eating. It's the worst because it's just so
Mhm.
easy to be lazy and cheap and get something at the drive-through window. And so that's my
Yeah.
problem. So, but I have found that intermittent fasting does work for me. If I stick to
Oh,
it,
okay.
it will work. So if I just don't eat for a day or 2 days, drink the water and get in, there's a special, you can mix up water with some like baking powder, Epsom salt, and there's like 4 things you put in it, pink salt, and you put just little tiny amounts of that in like a gallon and shake it up. And if you drink that water, it doesn't even really, it tastes slightly salty, like you can tell it's in there, but it's not so bad that you're like, oh my god, I can't drink this.
Right.
But if you drink this water, it basically keeps your electrolytes, so you don't it allows you so that you're, basically what you would get from food, it gives you, and then you just drink the water. And so you can fast up, you can go like 3 days, 4 days, you can go a week without eating. But I
That's
I couldn't
crazy.
do it. I just would be mentally ill if I did that.
I
But
can't do it, yeah. I'm
some
one of
people,
those people, like, if I skip a meal, I'm crabby. Like, I get
yeah, me too.
really irritated when I'm hungry.
Yeah, I totally am, like, not pleasant to be around if I haven't eaten.
Yes.
But I can I can do my best. Like I'm not gonna yell at you
Wi
or anything, but
Okay, I
God
hope
damn it,
not.
Robin! Fuck. But and then the one thing, I've never been an alcoholic. I've never been a drinker. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I have no vices except food. And my problem, ever since I was maybe a teenager when I figured this out, I'm like, oh wow, people have parents that are alcoholics and they should just quit. Or my mom and dad smoked, and I was like, why don't you guys just quit? And and people who are any blankaholics, whatever the addiction is, you can quit it. Your body doesn't need it to survive. Unfortunately, food, you can't just fucking quit food. You
Right.
can't quit it. And so
Yeah.
I've never been able to beat it. And I was a fat kid and a fat guy my whole life. Now, when I had my liver surgery and came out of the hospital, I weighed 123 pounds. And I was like, yes,
Oh my
this is
god.
going to be amazing. And then I doubled my body weight in 4 years.
Oh my god.
And it basically went, even though I have a different liver, my body snapped back to its original, like, this is where Rob lives. This is what Rob's
Oh.
body wants. And
Mhm.
so, and the doctors, another doctor would tell me, Rob, you have to just consider yourself lucky because you've had a liver transplant and you should feel grateful that you're healthy enough to gain weight. And I was like, well, that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. What?
Right.
And then the other doctor's like, lose weight.
Yeah. Aw.
So
Jackass doctors.
I'm trying to get down to where they won't yell at me. And
Right.
this will be like at the end of August. So I've got 3 months. I've got 3 months. I've got June, July, and August. But
I believe in you.
yeah, I appreciate
I
that.
mean it though.
But usually when you say you believe in
I
me, it's
could give
because I
you
just fucked something up.
no, no. I mean, I could give you like a boatload of unsolicited advice.
I'll listen to
Um,
anything.
you know, because like for me, there was a point after I had my last baby where I weighed a lot, but I had 3 kids, and that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, "Well, it's fine. I've had 3 kids, who fucking cares?" But people still care too much
Yeah,
about what other people weigh. Yeah, so, like, what I did was instead of letting my kids walk to school by themselves, I would walk them to school, and that, like, would get me up off my butt,
yeah,
and go for it. And their school's, like, half a mile from the house, so it's, like, not even that far. So, yeah, I would walk with them to school, pick them up at the end of the day, walking, and then once I lost, like, 10 pounds, I felt better, and then I was like, "Well, I'll get a bike." So I got a
yeah,
bike, and now we ride our bikes, like, 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm happy to say that it's working, but I still eat out a lot. So like you, that's my problem is
yeah,
that I love food. I love fast food and it's literally so hard for me to say no. Like
yeah.
if my husband's like, "Hey, you want a burger?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
You're damn right I do. And get one for Rob too.
Fuck yeah.
Um, yeah. The one thing about eating food is I've never been an overeater. I've never eaten bigger or more portions or
Oh,
eat
I
like
do.
17 times a day. I don't overeat. I just eat the worst thing you can for you. Like I eat
Mhm.
badly rather
Yeah.
than more than I should, i.e. a burger or fries or well, whatever. And then when I got out of the hospital, part of my therapy was that I had to walk. I had to build back up my strength and everything. And I did really well with that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden my back started to hurt me when I walked. Now I don't have
Mm.
any chronic pain of any kind. I'm lucky that I don't sit here in the chair in pain like some people do. Some people just have pain
Right.
all the time. And so I didn't, I'm not prescribed any pain medications or anything. My problem now though is that if I go out for a walk, even to the fucking down the block, my back will start to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can fix that. I can just take 2 Tylenol, but I hate the whole idea that I'd have to medicate myself to exercise. That
Yeah,
really bothers me.
yeah.
And I told my
I'm
doctors about
super
that, and they're like, yeah, that's a tough one because they don't want you putting anything that's a pill or medication in your mouth unless you absolutely have to. And there
right,
are
yeah.
some, of course, that I do have to take every 12 hours, or else my liver will fall out. It'll just fall out.
Oh, no.
It falls
That
out.
sounds painful.
That's what they told me. If you don't take these pills, your liver falls out. And I'm like, I don't believe you. And they're like, well, it's
Does
not
it
true,
come
but
out of your butt?
I have a
That
big
was
I have a
meant to
big
be
scar on my I have a scar
I
here,
believe it.
and then no, it just opens up and it goes like and it hangs by its cord. I don't know. I don't know what happens. It doesn't
Like,
fall out. That's just what they tell you to make you scared.
when I was in the army, I loved running. I was one of those weird soldiers that, like, fucking loved running, like, loved it so much, and I was really good at it too, and anyways, I hurt my knee when I was in the army, like, minor, and I've always had problems with this knee. I hurt it playing, well, I used to run track and field in high school, and I, like, blew it out once, and, like, my kneecap shifted, like, on my knee, um,
Ugh.
and I lost a lot of cartilage there. It was really bad, like, super bad. So I had like a minor surgery on my knee. And then when I was in the army, of course, you run all the fucking time. And that exacerbated some of the issues I had with my knee. So now I can't run at all. It's entirely too painful. But I would love to run. And so we're getting a swimming pool because I hear like doing laps in a pool is like the equivalent exercise as to like running for cardio. So I'm hoping that having a swimming pool will help. And
Yeah,
because
it
it's
should.
no impact, it doesn't hurt your joints as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Dragon Bait says I should medicate myself until I get to the point where I'm in better shape, and then I won't have to meditate. That's might be a good point.
Mm.
What I could do
Oh,
is
yeah.
I could take the medication with me and walk, and then if
Mhm.
it starts hurting, then take it. But then I'm in pain
Yeah.
for 10 minutes. But yeah, I so much do not enjoy walking at this point.
Right,
And
yeah,
it,
and that
it
makes
really is the
sense.
best thing anyone can do. All you have to do is just move in any way. But I mean,
Mhm.
you could do, you
You could
could,
get a stationary bike
yeah,
or
except
something.
I don't, there's literally nowhere in my house to put it unless I put it like in the
Oh.
hall to walk on it when
Oh, yeah, no,
there's
that's
just
not good.
nowhere I can put it. I don't have
A
any room
gym,
for it.
you could get a gym membership.
I have a gym
I
membership.
hate going to the gym
I hate it.
personally.
I do have a gym
Yeah, me
membership.
too, I hate it.
Yeah.
We used to have one. Going to the gym is like, for me, it just seeing all the people in the gym and like me, my chubby mom body, like trying to work out and stuff. And like there's all these beautiful people everywhere, like lifting weights and
What I
being
would do
bad.
is
I can't
I would
handle
go at
it.
3 in the morning, and I'd be like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then I'd walk in there.
Nobody's there.
Probably not safe, because what if I drop something on my foot or something and I'm by myself? But
True.
then I would go
Yeah.
there, and then I'd open the door and there's a guy in there. Oh, back in the car, back home. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Actually, I heard like if you do saunas, I heard you can lose a lot of weight if you do like a sauna thing once a week or something like you just sweat the
Yeah, you
weight
can.
off. I don't
You
know if it's
can.
true,
My gym
but
doesn't have a
I
sauna, but
read
that
all
is true.
kinds of dumb shit.
I there was a guy in the army, as a matter of fact, that taught me, and he wasn't overweight. Well, I mean, none of us were overweight in the army, really, but some of the older people in the, like, I'm like,
Mhm.
why does the general weigh 250? I don't understand. But anyway, he would go in the sauna, and he would take like a shot of whiskey and then go
What
in
the
the
fuck?
sauna. Yeah, and
That's a
he
bad
would just
idea.
sweat, and he would lose like 5 pounds. And this was like a skinny guy, but he would just sweat all his water weight out.
Oh my god. Oh, right. But I feel like if you sweat and you have alcohol in your system and you're sweating profusely, I feel like that can't possibly be good for your uh, circulatory not circulatory system, your oh man, why am I having issues here? Your blood, like because your blood thins a little when
Yeah,
you're
I don't think it
drinking
is good for you,
alcohol.
but
Yeah, I don't think it's
I
good
don't
for you.
think that the I don't think it was about what's good for you. I think it was about, can I get 5 pounds off by weigh-in
Can I
tomorrow
see
or whatever. Yeah.
results? Yeah.
I want results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When I enlisted in the army, I was at this is when I first enlisted. I was at like the top end of like the weight allowance that they would let you join the army. And then I went through basic training and I lost like 5 pounds. I thought I would lose way more during basic training, but I did not. And then I went to AIT, and AIT was when we like really did like really hardcore like PT regimens, and I lost a lot of weight in AIT, but I was also taking ephedrine like weight loss pills, which you can't buy anymore because
Yeah.
they're illegal, but
Right.
back then they weren't. Those shits worked
Yeah, I know.
like super good. I One of these days I'll bring pictures of like me pre basic training and then just post AIT, and it's like a 30-pound difference. It's crazy. I lost so much
Yeah.
weight, and I was always like, I love me my blue pills. 'Cause they were so good. But yeah, you can't buy those
When I
anymore.
joined the army, I weighed 176, and when I came out of basic, and I remember we were on that cattle car coming from the processing station, having your
Mhm, yes.
meet the drill instructor conversation, and he goes, "Private Tui, I'm gonna make you a private oney." And I'm like, "All right."
Oh my god.
And then I lost 20 pounds. I went from 150 176 to 156 in
During
basic.
basic?
Yeah, but I
Oh my
mean, when you
god.
do 8,000 push-ups in 8 weeks, I
Well,
calculated it
I
was
did
about 1,000 a
too.
week.
Yeah.
And then plus all the marching they have you do, and
Yeah, the rec
and whatever.
marches and
And
mhm.
then I was in the army for 3 years, and I was able to keep. I weighed 168 when I got back, so I gained 12 pounds, probably of muscle,
Yeah,
in 3 years.
right.
And then
And I think
Um,
that's why I didn't lose that much during basic. I think I just converted a lot of fat into muscle
yeah.
because
But
I
then
only
I
lost
would,
like 5 pounds.
when I got out of the army and I was 21, I probably gained steadily. Well, I can remember when I was living in Phoenix. I at one point got down to 180 from like a way higher number, and I was like, "Wow, I can't
Mhm.
believe I did that." And this method of doing that was going to like Jamba Juice or whatever it was called in Phoenix and
I
getting like
love Jamba Juice.
one of those $5. Now remember, they're probably like $15 now, but one of those
Right,
at
yeah.
the time, this is 20 years ago, $5 like things, and put in the ginseng, give me a shot of
Yes.
wheatgrass or whatever, and I would just,
Yes.
that's all I would eat for the whole day. I'd just do one of those because I was in like an improv school, and I was doing a comedy
Mhm.
theater and doing all this shit in Phoenix, right? And I just didn't have
Yeah.
time to eat. There was just no time. I just forgot about it.
Yes.
Whereas here now, my whole life, as I sit here and I'm in my house and I'm like, huh, there's no one here, but that refrigerator's over there. I could go get, oh, Domino's? What? I got an app for that.
Mhm. There's an app for
There's
that.
just so much food to me now, unlike 25 years ago, is just readily accessible.
Mhm.
And, I'm not as poor as I used to be, so I can buy food, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So,
Yep. I feel
yeah,
you. I I
I feel you.
understand. I feel you on that.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god, you just made me think of Jamba Juice. I haven't had Jamba Juice since I lived in California. Maybe when we lived in Washington, but I don't remember if they had any in Tacoma. I don't
And Bob
remember.
is reminding me, yes, it is a nice refrigerator because I just replaced it like about a year ago,
Ooh, did
whatever
you
that
get a
was.
fancy one with like the water thing on the
It's
front?
got the water thing on the front, which I've never personally owned in my whole life. I'm so excited by it. And then what
We
do I
don't have
do?
one either.
I don't drink enough water, but it's there. And then it opens like that. It's like that. When it's like that.
Oh, like French doors?
Yeah,
And then is the ice box on the bottom or on the top?
it's in a
Or on the
drawer.
left?
It's in a drawer on the bottom.
Oh my god, I want one of those refrigerators
Yeah,
so
it costs like
bad. Like, that's the
2,500
exact kind
bucks.
I want.
You can put a
Yeah,
pool in your backyard instead.
yes. Because
Um,
like, when we bought this house, it came with, all the appliances, and the refrigerator that's in this house right now is horrible. It's like at least 10 years old. It's old. And it's, icebox on top and then one door sort of
yeah.
refrigerator. And the way the shelves are, some of them aren't like adjustable like modern fridges are. You can't move them. So we have to put like the milk and stuff. It doesn't fit in the door like most nice refrigerators now. So it has to be on the top shelf because it doesn't fit anywhere else. And then like one of the crisper drawers is broken. So we can't even use that. So we stick our soda boxes in that area.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we have one crisper box for like we love salad and we're super weird. We like spinach on our sandwiches. So we, keep all the greens in there. And then there's one other crisper box. And I don't know. I just hate my fridge because it's broken and old. And no, there's no water machine on it. When we lived in army housing in Kansas City, they had nice everything. We had such a nice fridge, like I loved it. And then we moved here and I was like, "Oh, I miss Uncle Sam's appliances
Yeah. They
because they
have to
were
take
so
care of their
good."
married soldiers. I was so mad about that. I, because I was single, I never, I had to live in the barracks, and then, all my buddies were married, and they got like $5,000 a month for housing or some ridiculous amount. It was insane. And I knew a bunch of people that got married. They didn't love each other. They just said, "Hey, we'll be married and we'll have all this cash and we'll just get a divorce after the army." I knew a billion people who did that. A billion. That's a
Me,
lot. So
I knew a lot.
my
And
refrigerator, before I replaced it, was purchased in 1990 or before,
oh my god.
and it
So
was,
it's like mine.
yeah, and it was. But the problem is, this house was built in 1945, so the space where the refrigerator is 30 inches wide and 65 inches tall. So there's no refrigerators like that. They're just, you can't buy a small refrigerator anymore. You have to have one made. So
Yeah.
what I had to do is I had to find the least wide one I could find, and then I had to take out the cupboard that was above. I just had to rip it out. So that, because there was
Oh.
everything was too tall. And so
Oh, I see.
for the first couple
Ooh, I
months I
didn't
had that
think about that.
refrigerator, it was out. It was like 2 feet out from the wall, like in the middle of the kitchen.
Just waiting.
Yeah, and because I had to have my friend come rip that cupboard. I don't do any physically. I don't no hammers, no nailing, no. I don't do anything. I can't do it.
Oh, you wouldn't survive here at my house. We've been just working on stuff nonstop since we bought this
If
house.
I lived with you
Like,
and your husband and your
oh
3
my
kids, first of all, I'd be dead and crazy. But if I
god.
did,
Yes.
I would be the guy who would be like, I'll have lunch for you folks when you come back in from working outside.
Oh, that'd be pretty dope though.
Yeah, because I cannot hammer a nail. I know how. I just refuse. I've never changed the oil in my car. A lot of people do
Oh
that.
my god.
I've
And you were
never.
in the army.
I was in the army. Oh, I did a
You
bunch of
didn't
that shit when I
change
was in
the
the
oil
army.
on Humvees and stuff? Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, because we used to have to do that shit all the time. Oh
Changed a flat on not a Humvee but a Cut V. Is that what they were called? The smaller ones?
Yeah.
The ones that we drove 90 in
Uh,
Korea on and tried to kill. We weren't intentionally trying to kill people, but
I
there's
don't
no
remember. My
speed limit for
company
military
had
vehicles in Korea. Or at least there wasn't.
right? My company had like a very small amount of Humvees in our motor pool. And then we had, I don't know if you know what they are, but like because I was in a signal unit, we had like all the other special trucks. Like we had a triple S, which was it looked like a Humvee, but it has like a box on the back and you open it and in it is like servers and there's like a little pull out laptop in there and all the like for the POTS phones there was a call server box thing in there so you could make phone lines off the back of
Yeah.
this truck. And then of course we had satellite trucks where like it's a Humvee up front and then on the back is mounted, a satellite that you can like pop up and like spread it out. And then we had the Tropos, which is another satellite truck. I could talk about this all day long, but yeah, we had a bunch of nerdy trucks in our unit. So we were because I was in a signal battalion, like the whole battalion was just signal. So we didn't have that many Humvees. Maybe like 20 per company, if even 10 tops, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, I'm rambling.
Belle, I don't have a picture of my refrigerator on the outside. I can get one, but there's one on the inside. She wanted to know what kind of refrigerator I had.
And Dragonbait wants to know what's in your refrigerator right now.
Okay,
Unless that's to
I
both
can
of us.
probably tell you from memory what's in my refrigerator. Some non-fat milk.
Gross.
Yeah, but I was raised on non-fat milk, so if I drink regular
I'm a
milk,
milk
it's like
snob.
cream to me. I can't fucking do
Yeah,
it.
I love whole
10
milk.
eggs, some butter, um, 1 or 2 of these Gatorade 16 ounces, a little small 8-ounce bottled water, some jelly, some hot sauce, some mustard.
Put your hot sauce in the fridge?
So good.
That's so weird.
But I buy the from Walmart. I buy the Taco Bell brand mild hot sauce. That's my favorite. I
Mhm.
love it.
But you don't keep it room temperature, like in a
No, because when
cabinet
you
or
make a hot
pantry?
burrito, steaming hot burrito, and you put cold sauce on it, and then eat it, it's good. And you eat it, it's
Okay.
like sugar and salt. It's like cold and hot at the same time. Anyway, I
Oh.
have systems. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is the entire contents I've just given you of my refrigerator.
No, no
Yeah.
way. Oh, Rob, go grocery shopping.
Yeah, but if I go grocery shopping, I won't fast. I'll just eat what I have.
Oh, yeah, that
So
makes
I
sense.
have to get rid of 6 cans of soup. I have a can of stew. I have 3
Ooh.
packets of tuna, but it's not the tuna salad. It's just the tuna, so you can just open it and eat it with a fork.
Oh, like a canned tuna?
No, packets of tuna.
Oh, packet.
Yes, single
I've never
serve.
bought packets.
Yeah,
of
you buy
tuna.
them at the store, and the expiration date's like 7 years in the future. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, fancy.
Um, Also, I still have some cereal left, and then I have some crackers, some like saltine crackers, and
What
then
kind of cereal? What kind of cereal?
I
I
have
must know.
Cheerios and I have Captain Crunch.
Plain
Plain
Cheerios?
Cheerios, yeah.
Just those are all right.
Yeah.
I like the multigrain Cheerios. Those are the bomb. I
Ooh,
hate
I
it.
have bad
I eat
experience.
old lady cereal though. Like I buy the cool cereal for my kids. Like my kids love, Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms, all that crap. I don't eat it because I think it's way too sugary. I can't
Yeah.
eat it. I really like Raisin Bran. I like old lady cereal. I fucking love Raisin Bran or like granola cereals that come in like the white box. They're like super organic, like healthy granola cereal. I love them. They're delicious.
I make this face. Eh.
They're delicious. You should try
Um,
them.
but yeah, and then of course, I try not to, I mean, I guess Domino's Pizza is the exception, but I try not, like, I have a friend who, he and I are kind of, I mean, it's my best friend since like 1972. We've known each other for fucking forever, for our whole lives. And we try to pump each other up on, fasting and everything. But he will, the difference between him and I is that he will get in his car and leave his house just to go to get like McDonald's or something. And my rule is I don't
Um,
leave the house. If I'm out, if I'm doing an errand or going to the doctor or something legitimate,
oh.
I'll stop by the drive-through. But it's very rare. I mean, I have done it before, but it's very super rare that I would just go, okay, I'm gonna go to Burger King, which by the way, the one by my house closed, empty, completely. I was freaked out.
No! Did they
I'm
get rioted?
No.
Or have they
I
been
mean, it
closed for a
closed.
while?
It closed. Yeah, it closed before the death of George Floyd.
Oh.
It was not rioted, and I don't know the story. I don't know why it's closed. My neighbor will know. I'll ask him. Um,
Mm.
but it's very rare that I will leave my house just to get food. Like that's my rule. I won't do that. But now there's Grubhub and there's McDonald's, yeah,
DoorDash?
DoorDash and plus Domino's is so they know me there. Like, hi
Oh,
Rob.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We, oh my gosh, excuse me.
Chew.
I had a yawn. It like snuck up on me. It was a yawn. I don't know. Anyways, it's passed. When we lived in Missouri, we used to order from the Domino's there so much. We would and around the same time, same day of the week, payday weekend, and we would always get the same delivery driver. And we used to put because we would order after the baby was in bed, and we would always put, please knock lightly, we'll see you on the door camera or whatever, because we didn't want them to ring the bell and wake the baby up. And we would get the same delivery driver all the time. And like, we didn't even have to put the message in anymore because we kept getting the same guy. And he
Yeah.
would just come up and like finger tap on the door. He'd be like, pizza's here to the camera. Like he would look at the camera, pizza's here. Oh my gosh. He was like this nice older gentleman, super sweet, super awesome. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, one of these days, if we had lived there longer, he probably would have learned all of our kids' names. Like he was just so friendly.
It
I
would have been like
love
3 kids at
Domino's.
the door. Uncle Pizza.
Yes, Uncle Pizza. Yeah, exactly. But I love Domino's. Domino's is quite possibly like my favorite. Their pan pizza is amazing. Now I'm hungry. So
Yeah,
thanks,
I'm like
Rob. Oh, I bet you're hungry too.
today's not gonna be a good day. I'm gonna eat.
I'm
But
sorry. We should stop talking about
Dragon Bait's like
food.
a whole medium Domino's thin crust with veggies is 1,200 calories. Not too bad for a splurge item. That's my go-to when I'm pizza craving. Um,
I hate thin crust
I love
though.
the thin crust because of the way it's cut, and you can eat little. They cut it in like little 2-inch square pieces. But the problem with the thin crust is by the time they deliver it to you, even if it's fast, it's cold.
Yeah, or I just don't like thin crust pizza.
I don't
If
like
I'm
it either.
eating pizza, I want it to be pizza on dough, not on like wafer thin little. I hate it so
So you don't want
much.
pizza, you want pizza.
I want pizza. And then everybody, like, when we moved up here, all our friends were like, "Oh, you'll love Chicago because Chicago's famous for like deep dish pizza and all this." I actually really don't like deep dish pizza either. I like just a nice, good rising crust pan pizza. I
Yeah.
don't like deep dish. I don't like I feel like
Well,
you're
and
just swinging too hard the wrong direct. Just
when
make
people
pizza.
when people have the fight about New York or Chicago pizza, I always just say New York. Discussion's over.
I don't know if I've ever had like like real New York pizza or
The
style
Domino's
pizza.
actually has New York style Brooklyn pizza, Brooklyn style. You should order it one time.
So what
It's
explain to
it,
me what it is. Like what is
so
it where
you,
it's like two things of pizza
no, no,
together?
no, no, no. That's like New
No,
Orleans
okay.
pizza or something. That's like Wisconsin
Okay.
pizza. And
Okay.
there's a layer of
Probably.
cheese between the two pieces. Yeah. Um.
Let's be honest. It was invented in like Alabama or something.
Yeah. Right. But no, and you might not like Brooklyn style pizza because it is thinner. It's not thin crust, but it's basically they serve it and it's like a large pizza cut into 8 pieces or even 6 pieces. So it's like the it's you have to like fold it to eat it. Like the pieces are big.
Oh,
That's
that's
why,
weird.
and it's more along.
Oh.
It's like what you would get. It's a whole pizza of if you went to New York and went to like a shop, you just get a slice, right? You just get one piece or two
Mhm.
pieces. That
But
they're
it's
the
like giant?
well, the pizza is the same size, but instead of cutting it into 8 pieces, they cut it into six
Right.
pieces.
That's what I mean. The
But
slices are
it's a
giant.
little
So that's
flatter.
what makes New York pizza.
No, that's not what makes it. But
Okay.
this is a specific Brooklyn type pizza, but it's made specifically so that you can fold it over on itself and eat it with one hand. That's why. And if you think about it, you can do that with just a regular piece of pizza too. But
Right.
it's not as big, so you have to force it to close it, like But I just like regular, hand tossed, regular, whatever the fuck the regular is.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's just rising crust, pan pizza, regular, normal people pizza. Okay. All right. While we're on the topic of pizza,
the
though,
the Spinator says, "I'm from New York. Chicago sells pizza cakes."
pizza cake.
Well, he's alluding to the fact that they're the fucking
Oh,
deep,
that because they're so big. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't like it though. So everybody's like, "Oh, Robin, you're gonna
I
love
called him I
Chicago
called him
pizza."
I called him the Spinator, and I'm almost positive it's the Spinator. I don't
Destinator.
know. I can't read anybody's screen
I
names.
don't know.
It's
I
about
just
time.
assume.
It's about time for me to give my screen name pitch to people now. I always give everybody the pitch of. Well, it's more about emails, but I like people's emails to be rob.tui@gmail, like john.smith,
I
because
don't like it.
if I get an email from assfucker69, that doesn't help me. I don't know who that is.
Oh, right. I mean,
I
I get
want
what you're saying. It has to be directly correlated to who you
right.
are online.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't like dots in the email address. My husband, his like real life email is, his name dot his last name. And it drives me
Do you want to know a
bonkers.
secret? You want me to tell you
What?
a secret?
What? You can take the dots
You can
out.
take the dot
I know.
out. You can just leave it out.
He
You can do
tells
it.
me
You can
that
be like
all the
fucking
time.
dot. Send your husband an email with no dot. Be like fuck that dot.
Right, I know, but, like, it's stored in my contact book, with the dots or whatever,
Yeah.
because he will send I think he, like, sent me an email and I saved his email address or whatever. Because he also has, like me, I have a lot of emails actually, like, little known fact, but, like, the email I use, for example, for, like, the DMs Guild, um, is not the same one that I'll have people who I meet through, like, streaming or whatever be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you can email me here," or whatever, so I use different emails for different purposes, and then I have one that's, like, my super lockdown, like, "This is really me." This is the one I give to, like, my homeowners association or my kids' school. That's, like what? It's
I can
so
just
funny.
imagine like asking a girl out, and she's like, "Hey Rob, let me give you your email. Let me give you my email." I'm like, "I want your super lockdown email, not some fake
Yeah,
bullshit."
like, your real email.
It's like giving out your number. Hey, this only has 6 digits. What's the deal?
Right,
Yeah.
but I mean, and my advice to like everybody here's more unsolicited advice from Robin, but I think everybody should do that because it's good practice. If you use the same email for your bank, that you use for Twitch, for example, that's just asking for bad things to happen. Like if you say something in a Twitch chat and you piss somebody off or whatever, and then they like try to hack you. If it's the same email you use and the same password combination for your bank or whatever, that's horrible. Bad,
Well,
bad
I do use the same email
practice.
for everything, but my passwords are uncrackable. I don't know.
Yeah, I use like Google's give me a password thing because it's like
Yeah.
like all the symbols and numbers and random letters, and then I just have Google save it. So yeah. Anyways,
Um,
that was just my my spiel about stupid emails. Wait, okay, before we change the subject fully though, back to pizza for 2 seconds. Rob, do you hate or do you love or are you lukewarm about pineapple on pizza? I have to know.
I feel as though this is a trick question.
It's not a trick question, but people fight about this on the internet all the time, so we might as well do it.
All right. If you're a person who doesn't like pineapple on pizza, then just don't do it. That's it. The problem has been solved. You don't
That's
have to
not
fucking attack anybody. It's like me. I think
I get
all
it.
forms of religion are fucking insane and stupid, but I don't attack people for it. I just don't
Mhm.
participate. So yes, I love
Right.
pineapple on pizza. Now,
I also
would I
love
get a
pineapple on
pineapple? Would I
pizza.
order a pineapple pizza? Like just pineapple? No, I wouldn't
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
no. No,
But
it's gotta be pineapple and pepperoni.
my dad. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I was one of the staples of pizza in my house growing up was the Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
with, like,
Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon.
Now
Mhm.
now they don't have Canadian bacon. You have to call it ham. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's
but
but ham was always a different thing,
yeah,
as a
yeah,
pizza
and it
topping because you
is.
can get the ham cubes or the almost, deli meat style
Yeah.
Canadian bacon. Yeah, okay.
But these people, I know the subset of people that you're talking about, these pineapple fighters. Those people are all just
Mhm.
fucking stupid and insane. Every last one of them. And
I
if any of them
didn't
are in the chat right now, you should stop. Don't be that person. Don't be. I don't know why.
I didn't mean
I
for
should be
this to
looking here.
turn into this.
No, no,
I
but
was just asking
don't be the pineapple
you.
haters.
Yeah, don't be
Pineapple on pizza
pineapple
is perfectly
haters.
acceptable. That's like
I love it.
that's
It's
like
delicious.
people eat people eat peanut butter and banana sandwich. That's a famous thing.
I like bananas on my peanut
Yeah,
butter
I would eat a peanut butter banana
sandwiches.
sandwich. Not wouldn't be my favorite, but I would totally eat it. But I'm not gonna like scold people on the internet for doing that. Like what you need to scold people for being racist. You need to scold people for being, Republican. You need to scold people for good reasons. Don't scold
Okay,
them for pineapple. Uh-oh, it's off the rails
as
now.
as neither a diehard Democrat or a diehard Republican. This is really rare, by the way. I almost never talk about my political leanings. Um, I don't think that they like everything about Republicans is bad. I'm probably gonna die in a fire tonight for saying any of this, but I actually there are some Republican sort of like policies or beliefs, if you will, that I really like. Like I don't want the central government getting too strong, too powerful. Republicans are very okay. Let's not talk about politics. Actually, this
Well,
is
because
a
there's any argument you make for the Republican side, I can shoot like 6 holes in all of them. But I
okay.
get
I'm
what you
not saying
mean though.
I'm
No, no,
not a
I understand.
Republican for the
But
record.
by just by the little thing you said, I understand. I get what you're saying about
Mhm.
there's certain things they say they like that seem really good. Just like the Democrats say a lot of stuff that seems really good, but it's all
Mhm.
bullshit. It's all of it.
Yeah, and that's the problem with, like, having a bipartisan, sort of setup is that there are even, like, Republicans now who don't even really fit into the picture of what a Republican should be, and same for Democrats. There's a lot of Democrats who are kind of right-leaning Democrats,
Yeah.
and So I just wish there was more. I wish there were more politicians like me who were kind of like more down the middle, because I'm really liberal when it comes to like social things. I think gay people should be allowed to be married. I think people should be allowed to change their gender if they want. I'm all for that. Like, because mama don't hate, I love everybody. Like, whatever you're. So I'm super liberal. I grew up in California, okay, and like
Yeah.
that has an effect on you. And it's Pride Month right now, by the way, so happy Pride, everybody. But there's other things, more governmental or financial things that I see. I like more Republican sort of plans for that kind of stuff. However, though, I hate how much America spends on the military. That's all. No more politics.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. No more politics. Yeah. I
Before
was,
people shoot me.
I'm not sure. My father died when I was 27 years old, so I don't even really know. I never had a discussion with him about it. I don't know
Right.
that my dad was Republican, but I just assume he was because he's,
Right. Yeah.
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 But I'm very liberal. I'm very like pro choice.
Yep. Me
Very
too.
I'm very everybody. Let's get paid the same. Let's let women
Me
join the
too. Me too.
military. Don't fucking ask them any
Me too.
questions.
Yep. Yep. If they want to be
Um,
rangers, let them be rangers.
yeah.
Hoo-wah. Like,
By the way, when
go
Donald
girl.
Trump walked across the street and went to that church, and then they interviewed the bishop of that church, it was a woman. I'm like, when did this
Mhm.
happen? That's amazing.
Yeah. That's
Catholic,
badass.
yeah, Catholic bishops are women now. But most of the stuff that I hate are usually Republican or conservative ideas, like no abortion, or
Yeah, no, I don't agree
everything's
with
about
that.
Jesus, or I
I don't
mean,
like that either.
yeah,
But I grew
so
up Jewish, so
yeah,
it was always so weird, like, it'd be Christmas time, and we'd go out in the city, and, there's, like, caroling and, like, all this, like, nativity scenes, and, like, my mom and dad would just I could feel how uncomfortable they felt. I was never bothered by it. It doesn't bother me, but, like, my mom and dad would, like, just look uncomfortable, especially my dad. My dad was very, old school, and anyways. And yeah, I was like, well, this is super weird. Like, nobody gives a shit if you're not, Christian and celebrate Christmas the way Christians do. Nobody gives a
yeah,
shit.
because Christmas is, I mean, the origins of Christmas is it's the birthday of Jesus Christ, or if he did in fact exist. Um, but Christmas now today is just a commercial. It's just it's Halloween, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's just to sell
But I
shit.
mean, there's
And but
still
and then I'm not
the
saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's what most people. So you get a lot of people who aren't Christian that do Christmas because it's what everybody's doing.
true. Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
It's
If
a
so when we lived in like the Bible Belt
and the chat
area
doesn't
of
want
the
us to.
United States though,
Yeah.
Christmas was very a big deal
Yeah,
there.
of course.
Christmas, Easter, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm too liberal to live here. Like, this
They want
doesn't
us
work
they want us
for
to
me.
change the subject in the chat. So anyways,
I know, I see. Okay. We're
systemic
changing the subject
racism
now.
in
We're sorry,
America,
chat.
George Floyd, what is your thoughts?
Don't be racist.
There you go. That's it.
Fucking
Subject's over. Don't be
don't get
racist.
it.
Like I've always like, I've given the speech before about women in gaming, and that I don't I mean I did a show on women in gaming and whatever, and it makes me so mad. It just upsets the fuck out of me that we even have to have a subject called women in gaming. There shouldn't be any
Yeah.
subject because it should all just be the same. It should all just be
Yeah.
everybody's equal. I don't, and so
Agreed.
that racism fucking makes me insane because racism is not an inherent thing that you have as a person. It's a taught value. It's a
Yes.
learned thing. You're not
Yes.
born racist. That's not a thing.
Yes.
And so it just makes me so mad that there are still people, and some of them have to
I
be
don't get
cops.
it.
Why do they have to go be a cop? I don't understand it.
I know. I just don't. For me, it's hard for me to like comprehend people having that mentality. I don't understand it.
I
And
understand it
I just
in
don't
in
get
so
it.
much as that I grew up with I grew up around racist kids. Other kids my age were racist because their parents taught them that. So I get it,
Mhm.
because that's all they're at home, and all they hear from the time they come home from school until the next day when they go to school is mom and dad talking about the blacks. I mean, that's all they had at home. It's all they had.
Yeah.
And lucky I didn't have that. And I don't think that even if I did have that, that I would have, because there's a lot of parents shit my parents said that I was like, that's bullshit. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So,
My
but
parents too.
yeah, and so
Like,
you're taught it.
where you're like, "You're just spouting off stupid shit, mom, dad,"
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever. I get what you're saying.
But like I would challenge when I got a little older, I would challenge my parents on some stuff like that, but usually not because it was just trouble to challenge them. But especially my dad, not my mom. My mom didn't. My mom wasn't racist, but and I don't know if my dad was racist or not, but he would make jokes that were not good.
Inappropriate, yeah. I think that my dad was too. My dad was kind of not, I don't know the right word for it. My dad was a little ignorant sometimes, just kinda like,
Yeah, and you remember
yeah.
people who are our parents grew up with in a bubble. I mean, everybody lived in a
Mhm.
bubble. There was what you saw in the nightly
Yes.
news for half an hour every night, and then what you read in the newspaper, and that was it. There was
Yeah.
no information. And I mean, don't get me started on social media. I think right now I actually think there's too much information. Um, but yeah. So
You know what?
don't be racist. How hard is that? I
Yeah.
know what. Oh, so you know you hate blacks and you hate Jews. How about just don't? It's not that
Or
much effort.
or if you do, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's what's that old adage? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything
Thing at
at
all.
all.
Yes.
My mom used to say that to me all the time because me and my brothers were really mean to each other. So
My mom, I
I
think my
learned
mom
real
told me that.
quick.
She got really mad at me because when I was like a teenager, she said, "If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all." And I said, "I'm done talking to you." She got really mad at me. But
Oh my
I
god,
couldn't
that was the best.
I couldn't help, like one of the reasons I became a comedian was I couldn't help. My mind just goes to the first sarcastic, like without even trying to be malicious about it. My brain automatically has goes to the front. What would this person absolutely be pissed off if I said right now, to response to them? That's just how my brain works, and it's gotten me in
That's a
trouble.
good I like that though. I like that, like, as a comeback. Well, I don't have
Yeah,
anything else to say to you. I love
yeah.
it. I'm gonna use it.
Oh, I did. My mom would get. My mom would. She later in life explained to me that the reason she would get so mad is that she most off 9 times out of 10 she appreciated my clever response, but she couldn't let
Mhm.
on that she did. So she would just have to get mad, or
Right.
else she goes, I couldn't encourage that.
Right, yeah.
you know, I would I'd turn my son into a monster if I just let him roll over me every time.
I
But
do that it's really hard, like, when your kids are being cute as fuck, doing bad things, because it happens. Your kids do bad things, but they look cute while doing it, and
right,
you're just
like
like,
you picture like
"Oh,
a
straight face." Yeah.
you picture a kid who just basically learned how to talk, knows a few words, maybe they're still in diapers, standing with a lit match going, "Look, mommy, I made a fire," and your house is
Mhm.
burning down. And you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh
yeah,
god, I
exactly.
want to kill this kid" as soon as I get it on video. Yeah,
Yes, yep.
right. I know.
Oh, man, my kids do the stupidest shit too, so
Well, I think all kids do.
Right,
It's like
yes.
Bob said, you're not born racist, but you are born stupid.
Mhm.
You don't
Yeah,
know
some
anything
people
until somebody
are
teaches you. Yeah.
born yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. I was about to agree, but because I think stupidity is a lack of acquired knowledge, right?
Right.
Everybody technically is born stupid. Yes,
Yeah.
you're correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know shit when you're
Alright,
born. You
I'll
don't
allow
know
it.
anything.
True,
And the things
true.
you do learn
I'll
from
allow
like
it.
ages 0 to 2, you don't remember any of that anyway. Those are just intrinsic things that you're taught to live. But most people don't
But
have
I don't
memories
know, my
before 3.
two-year-old knows his alphabet, and I feel like he's gonna remember his alphabet.
He might. He might. Two's a little young
I
for
would
the
hope
alphabet.
so.
That's awesome.
No, he knows his whole alphabet, and he's 2 years and 4 months old.
And can he read?
So, No, but he knows all the letters, and when we like write them or if they're on TV, he'll point and be like, B, like he knows the whole like by sight, probably the whole alphabet. He's really bad with W though. Like W throws him off. He doesn't get that one.
Well,
It's too
it's two
confusing.
V's. It's two V's together. It's
Yes.
two V's. Double V.
And he can count to 20, which is pretty impressive for a 2-year-old. His favorite number is 19. He like will say it on repeat.
What?
19?
Don't you want to know like what is in a
19?
person's brain that makes them 19's the best?
Yeah.
Is it the way it sounds? I mean, I don't know.
I know. And like all my kids have gone through that like sort of toddler phase where they just repeat things ad nauseum over and over and over. And it drives me bonkers. But like all little kids do it. They learn a word or
Yeah.
phrase and they just fucking say it 100 times a day.
I do that.
It's
I
like,
still do that.
oh my God.
And I'm 584 months, so I still give my age in months to people because I think it's
Oh
funny.
yeah.
Yeah. How old are you? 584 months.
Are you really though?
Is
that,
I think
like, accurate?
It's something close to that. I figured it out one time. But
Now I need to know what my age in months is. We'll figure it out. I'm
it's
32 plus
you're like
May,
386,
June,
387
2
months.
months.
Yeah, 386.
Holy shit. I'm fucking old, yo.
Oh, in November, I forget the exact date in November, but in November sometime I'll be 20,000 days old. 20,000.
Oh my God.
10,000 days is 27.2 years or something.
You are good with numbers.
I
am
like
not
numbers.
good
I
with
like math.
numbers.
I figured that out at work one time in like 90. And then
That's why I use Fantasy Grounds, because it does all the math for me.
yeah.
It just knows everything.
I made a whole living off Fantasy Grounds doing the math and then saying, that's not good enough. I need more.
I need more. Give me more. Yes.
More.
And now you got all these people making extensions to make it do even more.
Right.
Do it more.
Do more.
I love it.
And I'm mixing the extensions. I'm crossing the streams. It's gonna be awesome.
Extensions.
They're gonna be incestions.
Incessions?
Mixing extensions, keeping it in the family. It's incestions.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. I wish I was better at like that coding stuff. I have like the most basic understanding of like some things in XML. Lua not so much. I want to write extensions. It's just hard.
Do it. You just have to commit to it. Whatever the lowest level of knowledge a person can have to still be able to say they understand it, but then beyond that they know nothing about it. That's the level I have of XML. Like I know how it works, but if you told me
that's kind of where I am.
Yeah, if you said write a thing in XML, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm done. Hold on, let me get a nail and a hammer. I'd rather do that. Just fucking do it,
Just
Bob.
Just fucking do it.
Fucking do it. I mean,
I don't know. For me,
XML and Lua
really overwhelming.
Probably any programming language. They all seem to me like something anybody could learn to do if you committed to learning to do it. But you'd have to put the time in, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And
for me, it's like I don't even have that much like time.
But my whole coding thing was I went to the wiki and Fantasy Grounds and I looked at how those spells and feats and traits worked, and I thought, well, how come they didn't do all of them? And then I thought, what if I apply that knowledge and just it's instead of Dex over here, it's Constitution over here. Does that work? Click, roll. Ooh, that worked. Mm-hmm. And I just fucking went hog shit wild and did them all because I just basically extrapolated.
There are some things that sometimes when and I love Fantasy Grounds. I don't mean this as like a full-blown criticism of Fantasy Grounds, but there are some things that I guess I just don't understand why they don't work that way. Like why aren't all the spells
I know the answer to that. I actually do know the answer.
Okay.
I will tell you the answer to your semi-rhetorical question.
Okay.
They can do all that, but they only have so many. I know my lovely Ratu.
I'm out of water and it's making me sad.
There's nothing. I mean, there's not even a drop. There's like air in there.
Oh, there was a drop in mine still. Whoops.
Uh, so they only have so many man hours to do stuff, and they dedicate
Mhm.
those toward Unity development. Which, by the way, not a lot of
No,
people
no,
know
no.
this.
I'm talking about before Unity was,
Oh, okay. Well, I was
like,
just about to
even
answer that.
gonna be
I
a
was just about
thing.
to. So
Oh,
there.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
So the end of not a lot of people know this is that they've been working on Unity for like 4 or 5 years. It hasn't just been the
Right,
last
yeah.
year. And remember, it used to just be John and Doug and James, and like there was nobody. There was like 4 people. Now it's like
Okay.
11 people. But the
I
reason
know who Doug is.
Doug's the president.
No, I know who Doug is.
Yeah.
Which those other 2 people, what are their, like, fantasy grounds names?
Oh, so John is the head developer and co-owner.
I'm saying, what is his, like,
Moon
screen name
Wizard.
online?
Moon
Moon
Wizard.
Wizard, thank
Yeah.
you, okay.
And James
And who's
Holloway is the
Ja
production coordinator. He's Loki Air.
okay, I know who that is too.
Doug
Okay.
Davison's online name is Doug Davison.
Doug Davison,
Because
yeah,
he's
that's
smart
why I
like
was like, "I
me.
know who Doug is."
Rob Toohey.
If you call the other 2 by their real names, I'm like, "I don't know who that is." But you say Moon Wizard, I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know who Moon Wizard is."
Yeah,
Because
JPG. John
yeah,
Paul Gregory. Whatever his. I don't know his Paul. I
um,
don't know if it's
okay,
Paul. I don't know his
okay.
middle name.
Yeah,
Moon
oh,
Wizard.
we talked about this once before. I think it's Philip.
It might be Philip. I have to ask him.
That's just my, like, random guess, and I only say that because my mom told me if I was born a boy, that my name was going to be Philip. So it's, like, my favorite P letter male name, Philip, because that's me if I was a man. Could you imagine that if you were talking to me, but I was a guy and my name was Phil? Like, Philip? Rob's typing. Type,
Yeah,
type,
I'm
type.
I'm 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 sending him. I'm sending him a message right now.
I know, we must know. Is your middle name
The last time I messaged Moon Wizard in Discord was May 5th of 2019.
Oh my god.
I talked
Almost
to
a
him
year
because
ago.
I
More
talked to
than
him
a
on
year ago.
company email. That's where I talked to him, but
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
that's
That's
what
right.
he's. And I
Diablo
know he's gonna
Love.
give me some smart. He's gonna. This is what I said. There's a debate about JPG. What's the P? That's exactly what I typed there. He's gonna fucking send it back, and he's gonna just say like Phantom of the Opera. He's gonna give me some bullshit.
Aw, yeah.
He's funny.
It's for pneumatics, which starts with a P.
Yeah,
Pneumonia.
it's for
Uh,
pterodactyl.
pterodactyl. Uh, why are there so many P words that don't actually start with the letter P? What language does that originate
I
in?
don't know
French?
languages.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know either.
yeah, you're right. It's French.
Is it French?
Yeah, it's French. Do you speak
French.
Italian?
But
I
oh
speak
my god.
German. What do you speak?
English. I speak English.
You don't speak English. You speak
And
American. Anybody from
I speak
Britain will tell you
American.
you don't speak English.
Right,
I'm
I
like,
know. We
okay,
don't
fine.
speak
You
the
win that one.
Queen's
Yeah.
English.
Whenever somebody
Mhm.
from Britain tells me I don't speak English, I'm like, okay, you win that one.
Yeah.
And I think they know what I mean.
Well, I'll always say, if I'm not speaking English, how can a person from England understand what I'm saying? Explain that.
Right. Explain that.
They understand me because we're speaking the same language. There's just dialect differences.
Why don't
Sure.
you take your
Pronunciation
bumbershoot
differences.
and put it in your boot and go home to your lift and take and join the
Flat.
military with your aluminium, and then you just go on and on.
Oh, yeah. I hate aluminum. What a weird way to say it. I don't like it.
Aluminium,
I
and
don't
they'll
like
argue with you that it was that first
No. They
because
add an extra I to it.
a lot of the
It's just
no, but
aluminum.
a lot of the periodic table elements are iniums, right? And so
Oh,
aluminium, yeah,
right. Yeah.
that's what their argument is.
Like uranium, which is the best. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to think, but I actually don't know that
Einsteinium is the
many.
best.
Is that actually a thing?
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Is it?
I don't know that many periodic table of elements things. I know carbon, hydrogen, like all the normal ones, oxygen.
Do you know the
Uh,
um You know the symbols for some of the elements,
Some I know that gold is AU,
right?
and the only reason I remember that is because gold is my favorite color. So, that sounds really hoity-toity. I don't mean it like, "I love gold," like I don't mean it like that. You know how, like, some people are like, "Diamonds are a girl's best friend." No, fuck that shit. I just really like the color gold, even if it's, like, knockoff shit. Like, I'll buy earrings at Walmart for, like, $5. They're, like, fake gold plated. I just
Yeah.
like them because 'cause they're gold, and I think gold is a pretty color. That's what I mean. My glasses are gold rimmed, but you bet your ass this isn't real gold.
Yeah, what if you lose your glasses?
Yeah,
How many
exactly.
elements are there, Robin?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
125.
Oh my God, it's 118. That's very
Oh,
good.
I was close-ish.
That we know of. That we know of.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they, like didn't they add something to it in, like, the
Well,
last decade?
94 elements occur naturally on Earth, but there's 118
Mhm.
elements. And yeah,
Oh,
Einsteinium is an
right,
element.
because
I think
people
it is, isn't
invent
it?
shit.
Am I crazy about that? I always thought that was a real thing.
Iridium.
Einsteinium.
Oh, Diablo Bob's naming all of them. Plutonium, uranium, iridium, tritium?
My favorite
Tritium? I'm not sure.
tritium. Yeah, Einsteinium is a real thing. Um, my favorite
Boron,
element
I think,
is
is an element.
that one. I typed it in.
And Asium?
Yeah, doesn't
Hmm.
it sound real? It sounds real, doesn't it?
Is it real? It's not real?
No, it's not real. I just made that up.
Oh.
I'd like to tap that asium.
Potassium?
Potassium. What is the
Potassium?
symbol for potassium?
It's not a P. Hang on. It's K?
It's K.
I know my shit. I know my
I'm a
shit.
super. You and I've really. I don't think we've ever talked about this, but I'm like a super trivia nut. I want to
Right,
know.
I'm not.
My goal is to know everything, and I know I can't know everything, so I like it when people ask me stuff. If I know it, I'm feel, oh good, I know that. And if I don't, I have to learn all about it.
Mhm, right.
Yeah.
I know there's, like, weird random stuff that I do know, like, boatloads of, and my husband's like, "Well, I didn't know that," or, whatever. But I wouldn't say that I know a little bit about everything, like some people do. Some people just know things about being everything, and I don't. I'm not that smart. Oh, yeah, sodium is Na.
It's capital and
Mhm, I
small a.
knew
I made a
that.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, my favorite is, like, the T-shirts where they'll use the, elements in their little squares to, like, spell out other words.
Yeah.
I really
Like
like
Breaking
those. I
Bad.
don't know why.
Remember? Do you remember Breaking Bad? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's your favorite noble gas? I don't even know what noble gases are. Is
Um,
oxygen a noble gas?
my favorite noble gas is King Fart.
King fart.
That's my favorite noble
What
gas.
are the noble gases? And I'll
Okay,
tell
I
you
don't
which
know.
one's my favorite. Yeah,
Queen
queen
Fart.
farts. Mm. Yeah, I don't know any of that.
The
Like,
noble
I know
gas.
they're categorized like that.
The noble
Gases,
gases are
liquids.
helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Of course, you know my favorite,
Krypton sounds
Krypton.
awesome.
Krypton. You know that's the
But
planet where Superman was born.
yeah, I know that. I did know that.
I knew
He
that.
lived
I
in a
knew
city called
that.
Metropolis, which oddly enough is the city that my husband in real life grew up in,
Metropolis
Metropolis,
what?
Illinois.
Wow.
Google it. It's
Google that
actually
shit.
1, not a metropolis, shocker. 2, a really fucking tiny town in Illinois is named Metropolis. But you know what's really cool about Metropolis, Illinois? They have a Superman statue in their, like, town center area. It's really cool.
Yes.
Google it. Um
Just like the city in Iowa that has a Captain Kirk thing because it's the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? That's so cool.
Cuz
I
he's
wanna go
he's
there.
going to be born here in a couple hundred years, like 2235 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, not that far away, Kirk. Oh my gosh, think of all the people who have babies that year, and their last name is Kirk. they'll name all their
Uh,
kids James
yeah,
if they're a boy. James Tiberius Kirk. Tiberius, right? That's what the T stood for?
James Tiberius. Yeah, my
Yeah,
Catholic school
Tiberius.
confirmation, I took the name James because of him, not because of St. James.
Oh, that's so
Did it to
cool.
piss my parents off.
I'm gonna call you James now.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not. That's weird. I have a really hard time like calling people by names that they're not. I'm not very good at it. My husband, his first name he does not go by. So it's really weird when people will call if it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, the bank
like
is
the
calling
bank or
and
whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And they'll ask for him by his first name. It takes me a second. I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, my husband. He doesn't go. And since he started his job here in Illinois, he never told them that he prefers to go by his middle name. So his entire work they call him by his first name, his real first name,
oh wow.
and it's super weird hearing them on the call.
Yeah.
His first name is Carlton, for the record, so that might explain why he doesn't go by that name.
I love Carlton. Do you know why I think Carlton's cool? There is a famous. You're probably too young. There's a famous person on television, Carlton.
Yeah, from The Fresh Prince of
No,
Bel-Air.
no, that's not the cool. I said cool, not this guy.
Right, but I think that's why my
No.
husband doesn't
Oh
like
yeah,
his
that could be
first
that would
name.
be a reason to stop going by Carlton though. Although Alfonso, whatever his name is, he's hilarious. But
Yes, he is.
on
I
a show
like that
called
guy.
Rhoda, which was a spin-off of the Mary Tyler Moore show, there was
Mhm.
an unseen person. You never saw him because he was only on an intercom, and it was a bit that they did almost every show where her doorbell would ring and then you'd hear a guy go, "Hey, Rhoda," and she'd go, "Yeah," and she'd go, "This is Carlton, your doorman," and she'd be like, "Yeah, I know."
Aw,
And so Carlton the doorman, I love that name.
that's cute. I'm gonna look it up and
Yeah,
show it to my husband.
just
But yeah.
put YouTube Carlton the doorman, see if you can get some videos of it. But
Yeah, no, it's crazy though, because like, when we first started dating, I knew him as Scott, like, that's how he introduced himself to
yeah,
me, and then, like, once we got serious and moved in together, and it was like, "Oh, we're getting the electric put in our name," and it was Carlton Scott, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
wow, you got all the way to
And then,
like
like
moving in together and you didn't know his first name.
no, I think I knew before that, because we were in the army together, and I think I had heard, like, one of our NCOs or something call him by his first name, which is weird. But, for the longest time, we we just still even while we were dating, we'd call each other by our last names, but we met in the army, so, like, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
that
a
weird.
that's a military thing to do. But it'd be
Yeah.
a funnier story to tell would be when you are going to write your child's name on the birth certificate and
Oh, yeah,
and
and
you're
then
like,
you find
"What
out.
is this bullshit?" Yeah. You
No,
find
I mean, it was just like it kind of happened in passing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then when I met his mom, she was like, oh, well, I gave him that name because her mom wanted that for him. I don't know. There's probably a story there, but I don't
yeah.
know. And so grandma named him basically, and she was like, but I hated it, so she gave him the middle name Scott, and ever since he was a toddler, she stopped calling him by his first name. So, like, there was a point in time where he thought his name was Scott before his parents were like, "Oh, actually, you have
Yeah.
a real first name," you know?
My best
Which,
friend was born Rupert Jeffrey,
oh, I like the
and
name Rupert.
and
So
he
adorable.
but he everybody just called him Jeffrey or Jeff. When I met him, I've always called him Jeff. And when he was about 10 years old, back when you could still pull this off, he just made it his life's mission to switch his names. So every piece of paper he ever filled out, every form, all the way through adulthood. So his legal
Like,
name,
just swap them?
yeah, his legal name is Jeffrey Rupert Sampson now.
Oh, good for
But
him.
because he when he was like 10, he's like, "Fuck this. I'm not
Mhm.
having it."
Aw,
And
but Rupert's such a cute name,
but his
though.
his dad's first name was Rupert and his grandfather's first name was Rupert, so that's why, Rupert Jack, Rupert Jeff, yeah, so.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of I'm really weird, and I am one of those kind of parents that, I named all of my kids with a naming convention. Okay. And the most common one that I see people, they'll have like 3 kids and all their names start with the same first
Yeah.
letter, right? You know, Jenny, John, and Jessica or whatever.
Right.
No, I didn't do that. All of my kids' names end in the same letter. And they are sequentially one additional syllable. So, like, my first son, his name is Sean, one syllable, first kid. Okay. Boom. And I named him after Sean Connery because I'm a huge, huge fan of Sean Connery. Anyways, I was 19 when I had him. You can judge me later. Um, then my second kid, his name is Aiden, 2 syllables, second kid. Bam. Okay. And then my third son, I really wanted to name him Sebastian, but my husband didn't like that name for some reason. So we didn't name him Sebastian, but it would have matched and been fine. 3 syllables. We named him Cameron, which you have to stretch, but it's 3 syllables.
Yeah, because most people say Cameron.
Yeah, and we do too. We call him Cameron, like the fastaway. But I was like, if you look at it and read it, it's Cameron. So it's a stretch. But
Wow.
it's
Playing fucking grammatics games with your child's names. I love it.
I mean, they're not horrible names, so I don't think they'll get
Well, I know
like made fun
it's
of.
probably not going to happen, but I know you've already thought of it. What is the 4-syllable name?
No, I didn't want 4 kids, like ever. No part. I grew up in a house of 4 kids. Did not want. In fact, we thought we would be done after number 2. Just life. And so I haven't actually thought that far.
Oh.
But I can't think of many 4-syllable names to begin with. Like, that's really hard. Can you think of any 4-syllable names? Let alone ones that end in the letter N, which
Well, I
is
mean,
like
if you gave me time, I could, but yeah, off the top of my
I
head, I
know,
don't
I
know.
can't even think of anything. If we had a daughter,
Oh, it was Sebastian.
Sebastian, sure. If we had a daughter, for our third kid, we were gonna name her Vivian, which is 3 syllables and ends in the letter
Yeah.
N. I really like that name. And people were like, you can't use that name. That's a Black woman's name." And I was like, "What? That doesn't make no, names aren't black
Here's
or
the
white
name.
or anything.
Here's the
It's just
name.
a
Yeah,
name."
the name of your kid is oh fuck goddamn 4 kids.
Oh, fuck, goddamn. I know, right?
Fuck shit goddamn. Bob says, yeah.
Yeah, I'll never have a daughter. Sad face. Okay, moving on.
You're over it.
I'm over it. It took me a long time to get over it. I cried when they told me my third kid was a boy.
Oh my
Cried on the
god,
table.
that's tragic.
I
You
cried
can
when they
never
told me my
fucking tell him
second kid
that.
was a
You
boy.
can't tell him that. You can never.
I've already told him.
Oh my
And
god.
I've told my older one, because he's heard me like tell the story. But yeah, well, my husband was deployed when I was pregnant with him. Like, we found out I was pregnant the day he left for deployment.
Oh
Like, I had
wow.
a doctor's appointment. We already thought that I was, and I had a doctor's appointment that morning when he was like getting on the buses to deploy to Afghanistan. And yeah, so like I came to go send them off and I was like, "Hey, I am pregnant." And then he was deployed the whole time I was pregnant. So yeah,
Wow.
I all my doctor's appointments, like I went to them myself. My brother came to some of them just to like be there for me or whatever. But I went to most of them by myself. And yeah, so like we were trying to Skype my husband, but he was in Afghanistan and we were having internet problems, of course, trying to
Yeah.
Skype with him during the, "Hey, is the baby okay?" check, basically.
Right.
And that was when she told me it was a boy and like he couldn't be on Skype with us. And I just bawled my eyes out. I was like, "No, this is the worst day ever," whatever. And most people are like so elated, like, "Oh, yay, the baby's happy. Here's the gender," And I was just miserable. It was horrible. Ugh.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Diablo Bob's like, "Best deployment ever."
Yeah.
I'm actually like, if anybody thinks that I don't know if I've ever been like crabby with you or anything like that, but there were like times during my pregnancy where I was just like uber joyful. Like, I know I'm kind of already like an uppity person as it is, but I think it gets exacerbated every time I'm with child. I'm like, "I love you," like just super giddy.
I
I'm
do that
weird.
too.
I'm a weird
Yeah, I do that
person.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Tell me all about it. Okay, I get it. All right, next.
Next.
I'm glad you like pineapple on pizza.
Don't look at the clock. Look at me. How long have we been going?
Oh, I don't know. An hour?
Hour and 20
That's probably
minutes.
way wrong. Oh, okay. That's not bad. I had to look up to not be tempted to
Right.
look at the clock.
I've done that to you before though, so you're getting used to it. Belle
Yeah,
had
yeah,
happy. Belle says she gets the pregnancy happies, or got the
yeah.
pregnancy happies.
Which, like, I liked it, but it was so weird because, in the movies you see like pregnant, like the stereotype is the pregnant women are being crazy or
Yeah.
whatever, and I was like that. I don't think I was ever really like unhappy. I think my most unhappy pregnancy was my second one when my husband was deployed, but I think that's fucking understandable. So like there were points where I was like really miserable and kind of depressed a little.
I think Bob is saying that his wife yelled at him for 4 hours because it started raining. So fuck you all.
Oh. Now, there were a lot of times I'm already a grumpy person when I'm hungry, and when you're pregnant and sometimes you're, like, really hungry and, like, you feel like you'll die if you don't eat. It's weird. There were times where I'd get, like, really crabby, but if I was like, "Here's a pretzel," or whatever, then I'd be like, "Ah, thanks, love you," you know? But
Yeah, because
I've always been a grumpy, hungry
you've got
person.
a parasite sucking off your system, and you need a lot of
Mhm.
food. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
and
wonderful at
sometimes I ate
describing
way
the
too much food.
miracle of birth, aren't I?
It's true though,
Yeah, it is
kids are
true.
parasites. They're parasites until they're, like, 30, so, 'Cause I was a parasite
Hey,
to my
Bob,
mom
that
until I was, like
where she's mad at you for 6 days because of something you did in a dream. That's not a pregnant lady thing.
oh,
That's just a wife or girlfriend thing. That's a normal thing that
oh.
happens.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Rob, but when women are pregnant, they can have really crazy dreams. Like, I forget what it is, but there's a hormone that triggers, and then
Yeah.
when you're sleeping and you're pregnant, it's way worse. Like, I don't know, I used to have the most horrendous nightmares when I was pregnant, and I already have nightmares, like, enough as it is. I get pretty vivid nightmares, but when I was pregnant, I would, like, dream about, like, my whole family dying in, like, this murder fest or, whatever, like, it was horrible. You wake up in a cold sweat like, "Oh my god,"
Do you
It's
what's your
insane.
do you have a recurring nightmare that still happens to you now?
I don't really have recurring nightmares unless you count nightmares. Well, that's not I have recurring dreams, but not
Yeah.
recurring
So
nightmares.
this is
But
this is
sometimes I dream about, like, fixing my house up and painting it and stuff like
this
that.
is super lame, but it's so fucking weird to me. I have this recurring dream, and I've had for about the last 20 years, that I wake up in the dream. I'm sleeping and I wake up and I'm panicking that I'm late to school, and I'm my same current age, but I have to get to high school or I'm going to be in super bad trouble. And also
Oh
when I get there, I
god.
don't have the work done. And the
Oh.
dream goes from when I wake up, I go all the way to school, I get in the classroom, and either the teacher says, "Okay, Rob, where's your?" And I'm like 50 fucking years old, still like going to high school, and I'm late, and I'm like
Where's your
panicking.
algebra work?
Yeah.
Oh
Usually the
my
work I don't have
god.
done is either a book report or some English thing. If it was math, I would have not only
Oh.
would I have done it, I would have corrected all the answers in the book. I would have done everyone else's homework. I would have taught the teacher how to teach the next class. Yeah. But I still have that
Oh.
dream. I haven't had it for a while, but it's just and when I wake up from that dream, I'm always waking up laughing because I'm like, that is the fucking most absurd thing. But in the dream, I'm terrified that I'm gonna be late.
That's so did that ever happen to you, like, in real life when you were a teenager? Were you, like,
No, it
late
never
to
happened to
school
me.
and forgot no? I was gonna say because sometimes, like, your dreams are, like, partly based
Yeah,
in reality, you know? It's like your subconscious I don't know,
yeah, and
bullshit, I don't know.
there's also the people tell you, oh, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what that dream means, and I don't
Mhm.
because I
No, I didn't mean it
yeah.
like that, I
No,
was
no,
just,
I know you
wondering if
didn't. But I'm just saying people will also offer you that. And it's
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
because
yeah.
if you ever get that from people, every single different person that talks to you about that, they all have a different answer. So where the fuck? That's
Yeah.
just what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like back when we first got married and we were really, really struggling like financially, I used to dream all the time about winning the lottery. But I think that's like super normal,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think.
Like I never thought it was weird. I was like, yeah, my brain is worried about money. What's the one thing that fixes that? The fucking lottery, of course. So I used to like dream about winning the lottery or like dream about some rich family member dying and like leaving me everything. It's terrible.
Yeah, Bob, you're probably the only person that's ever given me dream analysis that is true. All my dreams just mean I need to get laid. That's what he's
Mhm.
saying. Yeah, that's true.
That's hashtag fact for everybody.
Hashtag fact for everybody. Is that a thing? I never heard about that.
Yes, I don't know. I make up hashtags all the time. Don't you
Hashtag
know me?
I do. Somewhat. Somewhat. I know you somewhat.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Hashtag fact for everybody.
Hashtag fact for everybody. That's actually a really catchy. I'm gonna use that. Only I'm gonna make it something so ridiculous. I'm gonna put like, you know,
Water is good for you.
no, not,
Hashtag
but
fact
like,
for everybody.
Captain Crunch with chocolate milk only. Hashtag
No,
fact for everybody. Like just some fucking ridiculous like thing
that's
that no one
horrible.
would do, right? Like
That sounds
shit in a
disgusting.
glass. Hashtag fact for everybody.
Shit in a glass.
Shit in a
No.
glass. Yeah. Is he
No.
saying, is that a noun or a verb? What is he saying? No one will ever know.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I didn't even think of it as a noun because I was just thinking of it as the verb
See, and
shit
I
in a
thought of it as the
glass.
noun.
Like I like in my head, I was like, how do you even
Because where it came from was I was like, chocolate milk with Captain Crunch, and then my brain was like, well, what's worse than that? Shit in a glass.
Oh, yeah, shit in a glass. Oh, the noun shit in a glass.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and I guess
Okay.
it's how you say it because you can say shit in a glass or you can say shit in a glass.
Yeah, shit, comma in a glass. If you
Hashtag
take away
comma.
the hashtag commas.
Yeah.
Commas for everyone.
Hashtag explanation point. Oh my god.
What are we doing? Why do we talk about the weirdest shit sometimes.
Pineapple and pepperoni pizza. Hashtag fact for everybody.
That's fucking right. And
Uh,
look, if you've never tried it, try it. If you think you'll hate it, just try it.
I'm
I
gonna
think
try it. As
pineapple
a matter of
pepperoni
fact,
pizza
I'm
is
probably
delicious.
more than likely gonna try it right now. I'm gonna show you something. Uh,
I was very sad while you're pulling that up. I'll just side
don't
note.
worry. I'm not standing
We
up.
had pizza a couple of days ago and I asked my husband, I said, "Will you please get pineapple on half of the pizza?" And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he did it.
I'm gonna see if I'm
I
able.
was
I don't know
really
with
upset.
this camera if I'm able to. Here, hold on. Let me.
Did
I'm
you
gonna.
order pizza?
No, I haven't ordered pizza, but
Oh, right, because you're fasting. That's a dumb question, Robin.
no. But how do I? How do
Probably just
I?
turn the whole thing off, the
Yeah.
whole chroma key thing.
But if you can't
Man,
just
my
turn it off, you have
forehead is
to.
super burnt.
Burn.
Like I already have really bad skin condition and my forehead is super burnt. I should have put sunscreen on. I can't read that,
I know.
Rob.
I'm trying to angle it. Well, I don't know how to turn. Here, hold on. Let me go to VC. Let me go to camera. Go to
Shitting in a cup
video. Let me
or
go
getting the
to
pizza. Yeah.
just regular. Did it work? It looks black. Is it just black?
I'm going to, Belle. I just don't have any right now, but I'm going to the store tomorrow. I am so freaking sunburnt, especially like right here. I have melasma, which is like skin spotting basically, where it's hard to tell on my camera, but like if my camera didn't have like this make you look nice filter, you can see it really bad. It's basically the opposite of what Michael Jackson had. Like where his skin spotted and was lighter, my skin spots and it's darker in the spots. It's really bad, like on my nose, on my upper lip, and my forehead. But anyway, so we've been working on the fence and I've been out in the sun a lot and I forgot to put sunscreen on. So it's like really bad on this side of my
Yeah.
face. It's
It'll go
super
away.
bad.
It goes away.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Whatever.
can't. Apparently, you can't change your camera while you're it doesn't work. But anyway, what it says right here at the top of this app is one
Okay.
free pizza.
Oh, free pizza.
So that's going to be
Free pizza
pepperoni
is
and
the best.
pineapple.
Ooh, yes. I really want pepperoni pineapple pizza now.
I'm going to
Mmm.
order it for free.
I want it. I asked
And
my
how do you
husband to get it, and
how do
then
you
he
get
didn't. I'm never gonna let him live it down.
how do you
You didn't
get
get my
a free
pineapple
pizza on the
pizza.
Domino's app? Do you know?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know.
You
Just
order
order lots of Domino's.
Yeah, you order $10 or more, which usually their minimum order is like 10. You have, so every time you order,
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that 6 times and you get a free pizza. So
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
I at least did 6 times recently because I had one pizza.
Sounds super good.
Yeah.
Now I
All
want
right.
pizza. When are you done fasting? Like, what day is your fast over?
I'm done. When am I done fasting? 30
Uh-huh.
minutes from right now because I'm going to eat a
Oh,
pizza.
no, for reals though. What was your goal?
No, there's no set. That's why it works. Is I just do it when I can. Some people
That's why it works. It's
we
just do
never
it when I
we never talked about like I was gonna talk about we got on something else, but some people do like the word breakfast is actually break fast, right? You knew that.
I know
Yeah.
because you're fasting while you're sleeping.
Yeah. So some people do fasting within the day, so they only eat. They might do 24s, or like a normal person's life is they do 16 eights because you wake up, you do your day for 16 hours, and then you sleep for 8 hours. And you eat right when you get up, and whatever. And most people don't eat right before they go to bed, but some people do. But anyway, so
I do.
yeah, and that's
Guilty.
another problem. That's absolutely one of my worst problems is I eat almost up till I go to bed. Like no matter what time it is, I'm
Oh, yeah.
still because sitting in front of the TV, popcorn, whatever the hell it is, something has to be. I'm orally fixated. That's right, gentlemen. You heard me. So that was a little dick joke, a little suck dick joke to be more proper. So you can do 24. You can do like go to bed. Go eat Friday, go to bed Friday, and then don't eat Saturday and eat Sunday morning. So like a day day and a half. But then there's trying to do 24s, trying to do 48s, trying to do 72s, and the longer you go, the better your body functions in like ketosis and everything. And you can actually cure if you have a cold and don't eat, you'll get better quicker. And if you have any type of ailment, and because food is usually the root of most people's health problems, not all, but a lot of it, yeah. There's a lot of science.
I mean, I
behind it.
know
You
a
should read
lot
up
of
on it.
things does come from like the bacteria and food that we eat. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But every time I get sick, it's because my kids bring shit home from school. So
Well, right, but I'm
they'll
talking
come
about
home
like
and they'll like, whatever, and then they're fine, and then I'm sick, like
yeah.
sick as fuck. Like I don't get it. I hate it.
Right, but if
Anyways,
you
I'm
were
sorry.
sick and you ate less rather than more, you would get better faster, probably. That's not
See, but when I'm
that's
sick, I'm
yeah.
hungry as fuck. I want to eat all the time. So I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Starve a cold, feed the flu. I'm not sure that's right, Bob. I'm not sure that's right.
That's what my mom used to say.
But isn't it
And
feed a
like,
fever? Start a cold, feed a fever. Yeah, I don't know.
well, yeah,
Yes,
because when you
starve
have
a
the
cold, right?
flu, you usually have a fever.
Because if you are eating, you're giving ammunition to the cold. I don't know. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. All I know is that most people, they've done surveys and even like official tests and questionnaires and stuff, and most people who fast find positive or extremely positive benefits from it rather than anything negative. The only thing negative is
I just
mental. That's
right,
my
yeah,
problem is
like
I can't.
mentally
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. So
love
anyway,
me some
my
food.
goal is just to when I say and I've got a spreadsheet for it. I've got a whole fasting spreadsheet.
When did you start your fast?
Well, I
Today?
started Monday,
Monday.
and on Monday I forgot that I was fasting and I just didn't do it.
Oh,
And then Tuesday,
so you didn't start
I
fasting on.
I remembered that I was fasting, and then toward the end of the day, once again, because it's not habit for me, I just forgot, and I did my natural inclination, which is to go get something in the kitchen and eat it. And then
Yeah.
today, so far today, all I've had, well, I threw it over my shoulder, but it was an empty Gatorade bottle. That's all I've had today is just the Gatorade. But there is a pizza coming. I'm gonna do it. I can't.
You could when you're fasting, you could buy like, oh my god, my cat's just knocked something over. I'm sorry. I don't know if the sound of that came
Yeah,
through
oh,
my
we heard it.
microphone
Yeah.
or not, but okay. I'm so sorry. I lost my train of thought. Awesome.
You said when you're
When you're
fasting, you could
fasting,
buy.
you could get like a little rubber band or something and wear it.
Oh yeah, the
And
reminder
then
thing.
it's something on your arm you'll feel all the
Yeah.
time, and then you'll look at it and you'll be like, "Oh right, I'm fasting." I don't know. I know
I
a
have
lot of
such
you know,
hairy
like in
arms,
the
though. I don't know.
oh, you'll be fine. No, you
Yeah,
can
there's no hair on my
buy
arms.
the kind that are for women's hair because they don't actually pull hairs on your arms. We wear them on our wrists all the time, like
I
most
heard you
women
talking
do.
about that the other day. You said, "Oh, rubber bands hurt so bad."
Right, because I have some that are inappropriately sized for my hair type. Um, and so they actually hurt when I wear them. But
Yeah.
if I have the right kind, they don't hurt. It's fucking magical, but you should buy the right kind of
You're
hair
gonna put your
ties for
hair in a
your
bob,
hair.
you said. Are you really gonna do that?
No, I'm gonna cut it
No, that's what you said. You're
because
gonna
it's
cut it like down to here, like a bob or whatever.
kind so I used to get this very specific like an A-line haircut. It's not technically a bob. I get it longer the way I get it. I'll get it to my collarbone.
Oh, okay.
So like this is about how much where I'll cut my hair.
Oh,
So,
gotcha. Okay.
6 inches or so I'll take off. Um my hair is really thin and fine, and the longer it gets, the more kind of straggly it looks. It looks really bad if I let it get too long. So right now, it's getting to that point where I'm like, "Oh my god, it looks really." It just because of the weight of it, it makes it look even flatter,
Yeah.
and if I cut it shorter, it looks like I have more hair, whatever. So, yeah,
I'm
that's what
totally
I'm gonna do.
familiar with all of what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, totally, mhm. But,
As
I
you
mean,
know.
I'm sure you understand, like,
Yeah, I get it.
the science of it, if
I
you
do.
will.
My
Okay.
hair at one point in my life, my hair was about as long as yours is now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wore it in a
No way.
ponytail, but yeah.
Did you really? Or are you
No,
shitting with me?
no, I think it might be one of my pictures on Facebook. But yeah. And then at one point, because I had that long hair,
I'm gonna look.
I then decided I needed to get like a Duran Duran curly perm thing on the top of it, and
Oh,
it looked fucking
no.
hideous.
Yeah, no.
And then I
No.
and then I applied to I was working for a company that I applied for a promotion for, and I went for the interview for the promotion.
Hmm.
And then she said, "Well, your qualification, she said, "Yeah, good interview," but she's like, "I don't know about the hair." And then she would be like, "Could that be a reason I wouldn't get the promotion?" She says, "I'm not saying that." And then when I
Oh.
went back for the second interview, I went in like this.
Oh, okay.
She's like, "Oh my god, please tell me you didn't cut your hair because I said that." And I said, "No, I'm not saying that." And I got the job,
Got
by
him.
the way. I did get the job, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That was my direct supervisor, Denise. Denise Maury
Didn't
was her name, yeah.
fuck that lady for
She was
making you
nice.
cut your hair. Oh my god, yeah, no, I've had many a bad haircut. When I was really little, my hair was a lot curlier. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but it got straighter as I got older. That sounds funny when you say that. But anyways, my hair was curlier when I was little, and for like right before picture school day, my mom decided to cut my hair really short. And the shorter it was, the curlier it was because less weight pulling it down, straightening it, right?
Yeah.
So I went to school for picture day. I have photo evidence of this, by the way. I had a fro, like I looked like I had a fro. Yeah, and it was like third or fourth grade. I can't remember. I hated it. I was so upset with my mom. Oh my god, I hated it. And
I
I don't
just
know what
Googled
happened.
Denise Maury, and she's the first person that came up. She looks older.
She
Because you got
still work there? What was
no,
the
no,
the
I don't know,
place?
but it's definitely her face, but she's 25 years added on.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because she was
What
like,
was the business?
this was when I worked for Hospitality Franchise Systems, a hotel franchising company in Phoenix,
Oh.
and I
Oh.
started at that company with in reservations for like minimum wage, taking Ramada
Mhm.
hotel reservations.
Oh, okay.
And all kinds of I have all kinds of fun stories about that. Like
Right.
the guy who wanted the suit room, he wanted the suit. And I was like, "What is he?" I go, "Do you mean you want to have suit cleaning service?" And he goes, "No, it says here in the catalog I want the suit, the most
Oh,
expensive
the
room." And I'm
sweet.
like, "Oh, the suite?" And there's this
Oh
pause.
my
Just
god.
I'm like, "You're rich and you can't read? Fuck you."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane. My husband worked at a Harrah's before I knew him, and he has a lot of crazy stories from, like, when he worked at the Harrah's. It was one of those where it was like a hotel and a casino all
Yeah.
in one,
What city? In
but he worked
Vegas?
in the hotel side. It was in Illinois,
Oh,
so
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
or it might not have been in Illinois, it was on the Kentucky side, I don't know, I'll ask him later, but so he grew up in Metropolis, Illinois, and if you look at it on a map, it's, like, right by Kentucky, like,
Yeah.
throw a stone and you're in Kentucky, basically, and I wanna say he worked at the Harrah's in Paducah, Kentucky, I think. I can't remember, I'll ask him, but, yeah, it was because gambling in Illinois is still illegal, like, there's
Right.
no gambling in Illinois. But in Kentucky, they don't give a shit. You can
Right.
gamble wherever you want, or I don't know.
I think it has to be on a
I grew up
riverboat,
in
doesn't it? I don't know.
California where, like, we fucking love gambling and we have, like,
Oh, yeah, card
the
rooms
native
and
casinos
fucking
and, like,
everything.
all that stuff, yeah. So, I thought it was weird that there were states, whole states in the United States where they don't have casinos? What?
Yeah, and
That's
also
insane.
most states don't have casinos, and also if they do have casinos, it's Native American, not you know.
Right, we had those in California, we had
Yeah,
Native American casinos, and then we had, rich white people casinos,
yeah.
the kind that, like, Trump owns or whatever.
The casino, the biggest casino in Spokane, started as a tent. It literally when they first built it like 20 years ago, it was just a
Mhm.
tent, and it had like 20
Trying to
slot machines in
think.
it. That same casino is now a four building plus parking garage complex that the hotel is
Damn,
like 10 stories.
damn.
Yeah, they I mean gambling is if you can get into a casino, that is just where the money is, man.
Yeah. When we lived in Washington, well, we lived near Tacoma, so we used to go to this casino there called the Emerald Queen, I think
Yeah,
is what it was called,
I've been there.
and I thought it was really cool because when I was younger and before I joined the army, the casinos in California didn't really have these, but they might have it just seemed like a new thing to me. But anyways, you would get a card, like you could top up this card with money and use it in the casino. And so, mind you, this was like 2009 when we lived there, or 2010, right? So this was still like a newish thing. It's really commonplace now, but
Right.
it's 2020. So anyway, so we went to the casino for the first time and I was like, this is fucking magical, and you just like go to the, slot machines or the blackjack table or whatever. You just use your card. And I was like, dude, it's a debit card, but for gambling. And then my
Yeah.
husband was like, Robin, you have to put money on it. You can't
Yeah.
just like go gamble for free.
Right.
With no idea. I
But
was like,
that's why they did that. They switched from money. A lot of people think they did it because it's easier and whatever. No, they if your mentality when you go into the casino is if you're changing actual physical money back and forth,
mhm.
you're thinking
You
about it.
think
You're like
about it.
you're seeing it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is $20. This is $100. If it's on a card, it's just fucking numbers, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're like,
And
oh,
people care way less.
yeah, you can,
Yeah.
and then the
Like,
casinos
"Oh,
make
I'm up
way more.
5 grand or whatever." Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yep.
I was It's really bad, like, my parents, when I was growing up, were really bad alcoholics, and so I always grew up with this fear. It's probably an irrational fear, but I was always afraid that I would have, like, an addictive sort of personality.
Yeah.
So, like, we would go to the casino, and I would have so much fun, and then I could hear myself like, "Oh, I can't wait to go again. I want to go again. I want to go again." And I don't know what it is, sheer willpower or what, but like if we had stayed there and I wasn't married to my husband, I would probably be a gambling addict. Like gambling, I don't know what it is, but it is fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like I have so much fun every time I go. Just doing slot machines. I really like playing blackjack. And to me, yeah, like having all my money on this little card, I just didn't give a shit. I was like,
Right.
oh man, $10. Oh man, $100, whatever. Like, oh, I would be so addicted. It would be bad. Bad.
People used to make fun of me because I would go, and if I won a jackpot or whatever, I'd be like, "That's it, I'm out," and I would
Yeah,
leave.
I'm not like that.
And then
I'd be
people
like,
are like,
oh,
"Why
gotta keep
leave? You're
gambling.
yeah, keep double it.
Yeah,
You got," and
exactly.
I'm like, "You have a problem, sir." Whoever
Yeah.
telling
Double
you guys
down,
my
but all that money you could just keep
yeah.
gambling. I'm bad. It's bad. I'm really thankful we don't live near a casino because I'm gonna be one of those old ladies who goes to play bingo at like the bingo hall.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's a thing.
I live 15 miles from two casinos and 30 miles from another one across
Damn,
in Idaho. I mean, gambling is
I
widely
can't go.
available to me. And then there's little smaller ones all around. There's probably within going out for the day and coming back, there's 5 or 6 casinos I could go to
Mhm.
just in the Spokane
We
area.
have
Yeah.
Like, here in Illinois, I don't think it's still illegal like, casinos, having a whole building dedicated to gambling, there's nothing like that in Illinois as far as I'm aware. However, there are loopholes, sort of. So, there are a lot of bars here or, like, where you can go drink,
Yeah.
and they have video gambling
Yeah.
machines
Video poker
in
and stuff. Yeah.
them. But because it's not a casino, it's legal.
Yeah.
So I think that's, like, the closest you can get to gambling. I do hear, though, there's, like, a riverboat somewhere, I'm not sure where, but somewhere in Illinois, there's a riverboat, and because it's on the water, they're allowed to have a
Yes.
casino on that riverboat,
Yeah, there's a lot
which
of
I
states.
just don't
Mississippi's
get.
like that. Missouri's like that. There's a lot of
Mhm,
M
yeah, there's
states
one
that
in
have it.
Missouri.
Probably
Yeah.
Minnesota. A lot of the M states.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, so I was like, "Wait, there's a riverboat that's a casino? That's interesting." That feels to me like somebody also skirting the rules. Because if gambling casinos are illegal in Illinois, there shouldn't be a fucking casino boat. That
Yeah,
doesn't make
you
any
gotta watch.
sense.
Oh, you haven't watched Ozark, have you, on Netflix? You gotta watch that.
No,
That's a
I
good.
should watch that
That's
though.
totally. And then part of that is a gambling river casino. It's
Oh,
part of the
okay.
story. Yeah.
It never moves. Yeah,
Oh,
and it's just a building that's
it is just
on
a. It's
water.
literally like a riverboat with the tail fin and everything, but it's like bolted to the. It's like cemented to the. It just doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
So if casinos are illegal in Illinois, how is that legal? I don't
I
get it. It
I
doesn't make
went to
oh,
one.
because
I've
it's
been on
on the water.
a riverboat casino, but oddly, it was in Laughlin, Nevada, which is. I mean, gambling's legal
Nevada,
anyway, but they have it just because it's fun.
just because they can.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in Nevada exactly once in my life, and I grew up in California, which is really weird. It's, like, right next door. I went to Nevada when I was 18, and I got married in Reno.
That's how you do it.
I'm no longer with that person, obviously, but, yeah, we got married at one of those, like, uh, fake Elvis Chapel things
Yeah,
in Reno, Nevada. Look them up. They're real.
I've
I've
seen it.
been there.
Oh, I went to a wedding at one of those. I wasn't the person getting married, but I have been to one in Vegas.
Wow. Like, one where
My friend
people
Bill married his
invited to
wife,
go to?
Group. His wife's name is
Aw,
Group.
aw.
She,
Is it like,
she's
Eastern European name?
she's Asian. Yeah, she's
Oh, Asian.
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say it
And
sounds kind of like a
he calls her Groupsie.
Scandinavian, maybe? Group C. Aw, that's
They're
adorable.
still
We
married.
don't
That was
have
like 20
nicknames for
years
each
ago,
other.
something 15 years ago.
Trying to think. We don't have nicknames for each other. I call him Scotty, and he calls me Robin. We're super lame.
He doesn't call you Rob like I do.
No, because that's a man's name.
It's not. Why is
Rob.
a boy named Sue? There's guys named Kim and Chris.
Okay. Oh, well, if you're Asian man named Kim, that's understandable because it's actually a really common name. I do know that the names Kelly, Leslie, and Ashley, like 30 years ago, used to be men's names.
Yes.
I know that.
Kelly is a common man's name. Ashley, what was the second one?
I forgot what I said. Kelly, Leslie, and
Oh,
Ashley.
Leslie.
Those used
Yeah,
to all
yeah.
be
Leslie Nielsen.
men's names.
Yep.
Mhm. 'Cause Scott's sister, her name is Leslie, but she was named after, like, their great uncle or
Right.
something, you know? I know your head has to be hurting, right?
Um, it is. I didn't really realize it, but yes, you're right. It is. It's always my left
Oh,
ear for some reason.
trying to look out for you.
Maybe it's because the mic is on the left side and it's a little
Oh, yeah,
heavier.
it was
I
a
don't
little
know.
heavier.
I don't know.
I was just trying to look out for you, Rob.
Thank
If
you.
you are like, "I can't do anymore," just say so. We should come up with, like, a hand signal. We'll do it off stream, obviously, because then stream won't know. And then you'll do your little hand signal, and
Oh, and
I'll know it's time to,
that's
like,
like not this one, but something akin to
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
that
Okay.
works. I like it. It's perfect. Perfect.
I'll put on a baseball cap and I'll start doing.
Yes. Oh my god, that'd be so awesome, though. Like, I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Okay.
I'll put on my Glayfed outfit. You know who Glayfed is?
Oh, no.
Okay, well,
Maybe.
keep your wits about you.
No.
One day you'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Mhm. Okay. It'll come to me.
It'll come to you.
Like 4 hours from now, I'll be like, "Oh my god, I know what you're talking about now."
Yeah.
Mhm. That happens to me a lot, actually, randomly. I'll be driving, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's what she meant by that," or, something, because like, I'll just be running things back over in my head. I'm weird.
Do you do that from things way long time ago, like years and years ago?
Usually, sometimes years and years, but usually it's, like, within the last few weeks or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes people will say things to me and I may not take it like the right way or whatever, and I'll be thinking about it. This is how I process things. I'm a thinker, not a doer. Because I don't really yell at people. I'm not a very angry person, but sometimes people say things to me that like really hurt my feelings, but I'm really good at like not showing it. Really fucking good at it. And then I'll be driving and I'll think about what they said to me, not like mulling it over or like stewing, but just like trying to think of, well, how can I interact with them when I see them again or whatever, And then sometimes, yeah, I'll have like little epiphanies and be like, oh, maybe that's what they meant, or, So I'm
Yeah.
stupid. I'm super
You're not
stupid.
stupid. But I've done that. Not probably not. It doesn't happen that often. Oh wait. Moon Wizard's answer.
Oh shit. Philip. Philip. It's Philip.
Moon's. I'll read you his direct answer. Middle initial, but the debate is good to go. Smiley face. And then I typed back, I knew you wouldn't tell.
Aww.
So the debate rages on.
John
As far as I'm
Dickerson.
concerned now, as of this moment, his middle initial stands for punk ass bitch. That's what it stands for. Because he wouldn't answer
His
me.
name's John Dickerson, right?
No, Gregory. Yeah, you could probably. He's on LinkedIn. You could probably find it. You could probably look it up, but
Well, I'm on LinkedIn right now.
it's P. George R. P. So I've had that happen to me a couple times where I've said, "Oh, that's what she meant," and the she was a girlfriend who's no longer my girlfriend and is like now married and has a kid named Robert.
Aww.
So
Oh, weird.
yeah, and then
Wait, access LinkedIn, you have to have an account?
yeah, they're bitches.
Okay, well, fuck that. Do it some other time. I don't have a LinkedIn account. Or I do, I just don't remember how to
I
log
do too,
into it.
but I don't. Who uses LinkedIn? That's such a
I
fucking.
know, right? My husband uses it, but he has to because he works in corporate America, whatever. So, yeah. Pinkney. Oh, I like that one, Belle. That's a good middle name for John Gregory. Pinkney. I don't know if my pop filter works very good.
But who? But who? Like, I don't. There's probably nowhere. Like who? The most any person would do would be to put their middle initial. No one's gonna spell out their whole entire name, right? Like, I don't think people would do
Mhm.
that. All right, I'm
There
signing
are
into
no
LinkedIn.
names
Whatever.
that start with the letter P. Peter, Paul,
Peter, Paul,
Philip.
and Mary.
No, Peter, Paul, Philip. I can't really think of any other names common names that start with the letter P.
Here he is, this
Peter,
Robert Mueller looking son. All right.
Peter Piper picked pickled peppers.
Yeah, on LinkedIn he's just listed as John Gregory.
Patrick. Slinky Mike in chat says Patrick. I always forget about Patrick. So Peter, Paul, Philip, Patrick. I'm just drawing blanks. There just aren't that many.
Penelope, Parker, Paisley, Peyton, Piper, Phoenix, Patrick, Preston.
A whole bunch of those were girls' names, first of all.
Whatever, I'm just giving you names. Remember, we don't gender shame.
Parker.
Pedro,
Okay, Parker.
Pablo, Pierce, Poppy,
Right.
Penny, Princess. It's
Oh
Princess.
yeah, I bet you
until
his
further
middle name
notice.
is Pedro.
Yeah, until further notice.
Pedro, totally.
Until we hear different, it's Princess.
Princess.
Yeah.
No, I'm putting my money on Pedro. Pedro for $100.
$100. Oh, you're a gambling addict. Oh my god.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Preston. I like that name. That's a cool name. Oh, I
Bill
could
S.
have named
Preston,
my second
Esquire.
kid Preston. It totally fits my naming convention. 2 syllables. Ends in the letter N. Preston.
Phineas.
My husband would never have gone for the name Preston. He didn't even like Sebastian, and I'm like, what's wrong with that name?
Sebastian
it's like so
is the
normal
fake
sounding.
name I give at like Starbucks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you?
and then they call it, and I'm like, and they have to call it like 3 times. Oh, damn, that's me, because I fucking forgot I'm doing a bit.
I used to give a fake name all the time, and it was Rachel. I would always use the name Rachel because it's so normal, right? I fucking hated my name when I was little.
You know who
With a
Zellikar is, right?
passion.
She's not here. Zellikar? You know Zellikar?
Yes, I know who she is.
And do you know what Zellikar is?
A person?
No, but do you know what the word Zellikar means?
Oh no! I was like,
it's Rachel.
I don't understand your question here, Rob.
The word Zellikar is, and it's not her real name, but it's the Zellikar. That word is Rachel X backwards.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, when I was little, I really wished my name was Rachel. I was really mad at my parents for giving
I
me
wanted
such
my
a dumb
name to be
name.
Jim, but it never happened.
Jim.
Although I did take James for confirmation. I was named after.
I mean, you could go by Jim.
I was named after Dick Van Dyke's character on the Dick Van Dyke Show, Rob. But I didn't know that until I was older, and when I found that out, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But
yeah,
then,
that's cool.
But before I knew that, I wanted to be Jim.
Oh, yeah. I made the mistake of telling my son that he was named after Sean Connery, and he was really disappointed. So I didn't know what to tell him after that. I was like, well, too bad. That's your name.
Borlich.
Sean, spelled that way, Sean.
Yeah.
The Irish Scottish way.
Borlich.
In fact, all of my kids have Irish and or Scottish names. And my husband's family is super Scottish. They have like a castle in Scotland. I don't know a lot about it. But yeah. Their last name on his mother's side, so maternal, my husband's maternal family, is McElwain. And there's a McElwain castle in Scotland. And they trace their genealogy back to like the 12th century. I don't know. It's fucking insane.
Has he seen Hunt for Red October, your son?
Probably not. I don't think so.
So anytime he complains, you can tell him 1 ping only, please.
one thing only, please. No, I've made him watch Dragonheart with me at least 5 times to get him to like appreciate why I love Sean Connery so much. And of course, James Bond. Sean
Right.
Connery was the best James Bond.
If he's
I don't
seen all
care,
the
you can
if he's
fight
seen
me.
all the yeah, I'm fighting you. I'm fighting you. If he's seen all the James Bond movies, he should love Sean Connery.
Right? And I'm like, look, Sean Connery is a badass.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
badass.
and when I was pregnant with you, I was like in love with Sean Connery. Like, I wanted to marry him and have his children. And I later on learned that Sean Connery is a known wife beater. I didn't know this at the time, but I did learn later that he was abusive towards his wife many times, not just once, but like serial. And then I was like, wow, I really regret naming my son after him. It's like, oh, dang. But, it's too late now. It's already been done.
You can
I
say
don't know
people
any
you named
other.
him after Sean Bean instead. Do you know who Sean Bean is?
But Sean Bean dies in like everything he's ever in. He's
Well,
a great
he's a
actor,
noble.
but
But he's also a double O
he
agent. He was
dies
006 in GoldenEye.
all the time. Was he? Oh, you're right. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Now I wanna go rewatch all the James Bond movies. I'll just skip, um, what's that douchebag's name? He played
Timothy
007.
Dalton.
Oh, I don't mind him so much. No, shit. It'll come to me later. I'll tell you, I'm a week from now, I'll be like, "Rob, it was that
Well,
one."
I mean, I can name all the James Bonds.
Okay, name them all.
Roger Moore, George Lazenby,
Uh, uh,
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. I never liked him as
Oh, he's the best James Bond.
what?
Yes, he is. He only
No.
did 4 movies. I predicted that he would be James Bond in after Roger Moore quit, but he was in Remington Steele and couldn't get out of his contract. So then this fucking Timothy Dalton did 2 movies, and then Pierce Brosnan was 9 years later was James Bond.
Sean Connery was the best James Bond.
He was the best James Bond until other James Bonds came along. I grew up on Roger Moore. Like the first Bond movie I ever saw was Roger Moore. Most of the ones that were released in the theater when I was growing up were Roger Moore, right? So that's I
Right,
mean
yeah.
he
That's
was
the Bond my mom likes.
yeah. And
So
the problem with that is if you go back and watch those movies, there's a lot of campiness to them. They're
Mhm.
like the Sean Connery
They're really
ones were
corny.
kind of serious, and Roger Moore ones weren't as serious, and
Yeah.
then after Roger Moore they kind of went back to serious.
Mhm.
So watching Roger Moore James Bonds is sort of like watching the Batman television series, the campy one with,
Yes.
but I still love it. It's just it's a different thing.
Yeah, I don't
But
like it. I didn't
that
like
one guy.
Pierce Brosnan though. My husband really likes Daniel Craig. Like he loves all the Daniel Craig
I mean, they're
Bond
good shows, but
movies.
I don't like him as necessarily as James Bond. I mean, Pierce
Oh yeah.
Brosnan was a walking tuxedo. I mean, look at that guy. Even now, when he's old, he still
Meh.
looks good.
Meh. My mom really likes him though. So um and my mom really likes John Wayne. My mom watches like every John Wayne movie ever. She's seen them all
Do you
and
know
there's like
John Wayne's
200.
real first name?
Yes, it's
It fits your naming
not
convention.
John.
No, it fits your naming
It's
convention
does
for
it
a
though?
third child. Yeah.
For a third child. Oh fuck. I don't
It's
remember
also
what it
the it's
is, but
also
I
the
know it's not
first
John.
it's also the first name of the actress who played Mrs. C on Happy Days. Same name.
I don't know. What's his
Um,
first name?
it's also the former cocaine riddled mayor of Washington D.C. in the 90s. His first name. It starts with an M. Marion.
Marion. Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that. I remember now.
He's like, I gotta tell you, I gotta change that name. John
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah. My mom loves John Wayne. I know she watches all the John Wayne movies. I don't think I've ever actually sat through one start to finish, like all the way, but I've seen bits and pieces of so many John Wayne movies. It's not
Yeah.
even funny. And I don't get it. I don't understand why my mom likes that. Because to me, like spaghetti westerns, I just don't really like them.
You didn't like the Clint Eastwood westerns?
No, I don't really like westerns at all. I find it not that interesting.
What country were you born in?
Well, there's a lot. I won't go into it in detail, but there's a lot of reasons why I don't
All
like
right, if you have
westerns,
reasons, I mean, hashtag
especially
reasons.
old school
Fact for
westerns. Yeah,
everybody.
hashtag reasons. They're usually super sexist and racist, and it's just hard for me to watch.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
they mostly are, but it was a
Oh, yeah,
reflection.
they mostly are.
Well, but it was an honest reflection of the people of the time. That's who
I
were all
get it,
super sexist and racist.
and that's fine. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not what I wanna watch for entertainment. Pokemon, I like Pokemon.
Seen all the movies.
I actually haven't seen all the movies. I haven't
I thought
seen
you said you
any of
did.
them. Not all the movies.
Who was
No,
that
no,
that told me
sir.
they saw all the Pokemon? There's 21 Pokemon movies and they've seen them all.
There's 21 yes, yeah, I didn't even know that. I've probably seen, like, 15 of them, though, if I'm being honest.
Who told me that? How come you're the only
I don't know.
woman I talked to?
Wasn't
Um,
me.
wasn't you? All right. I'm
Mm-mm.
confusing you with another woman of which there doesn't exist such a person.
I have seen most Pokemon movies, though, and I've
Oh,
seen
maybe it
most
was
of the TV
Metatropes that told me
series.
that. I did talk to her one
Maybe.
time.
Dude, if she likes Pokemon, oh, man, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to do a 5th edition Pokemon game and, like, get more Poke fanatics in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that must have been her because we had a whole conversation about the Everybody Loves Raymond episode with the Scrammyzor card and how his
I've
daughter
never
had
seen that,
because they couldn't
but it
use
sounds
Pokemon,
awesome.
so they used some other different fake
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Battle monsters.
We did two
Alright.
hours, Robin. It's 2 hours and five
I
minutes,
know, it's
actually.
impressive.
It's crazy.
We always have so much to talk about,
I
and I
know.
feel like it never it's not gonna run out.
I
Like,
don't think
we
we'll
have
ever
such
get to a
interesting
point.
lives.
Yeah, I honestly don't think you and I could have a conversation, especially since it's a little different. Like if you and I were just talking, it might be slightly different, but when it's
Mhm.
for the public, maybe there's more, I don't know, things to say or
Yeah.
interact with the chat. But I can't imagine you and I ever doing the show and then at one point one of us goes, anyways, I don't
Mhm.
see that happening.
Right? Like,
Anyway, no, but
fuck
we should.
you.
I gotta get a pizza and get this headset off my head
Oh, man, I want pepperoni pineapple
oh,
pizza.
I know, pepperoni and pineapple. I got it. I'm gonna
Order one and send it to my house. Okay, thanks. I'm kidding, don't do that.
I'm gonna send a pizza to Robin Nix in Illinois. That's the most
Uh-huh.
information I have. Layroon one time ordered me a sandwich to my house.
Yeah, you can do that. All you do is just you when you're in the app,
Yeah.
because I've done this for streamers I watch. But they were like, "I really want a pizza," and I'd be like, "Oh, I'll order you a pizza, no big deal." You just
How did
in
you
the
get
app,
their
you just
address?
switch. Well, I mean, obviously, 1, you have to either know them so well that you know their address, not like in a creepy way. I usually watch.
I'm gonna see you squirm out of this. I'm not a stalker. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like, okay, so some of my best friends on the internet, however you wanna take that. Like, these are people I've met in real life,
Yeah.
1, they've been to my house, they just happen to live in a different state. Anyways, I know their address because we send each other Christmas cards and stuff like that,
Gotcha.
like, really close friends, but they're streaming, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want a pizza." I'm like, "Oh, sure, buddy, I'll get you a pizza." Anyways, so in the app, you just put their address in the app as if
Yeah.
you're ordering from their address. You pay for it, and then the pizza gets delivered to their house.
Right.
Boom. Super simple.
That's super simple.
Oh, look at my lock screen. We were so
Look
young.
at you.
We were so young.
When
I
was
love this
that?
picture. That was like 12,
2012. Okay.
maybe 13. Yeah. It was
Oh my God,
hmm.
you don't know the date?
No, because it was just some random Christmas party.
Oh, that
I'm
looks
trying to
like a
think.
marriage photo to me.
No, it was not our wedding
Oh, okay.
pictures. We got married in a courthouse. No, it's a you see the
Oh,
Christmas? Damn it.
yeah, you just happen to have a white
It's a
dress on
Christmas.
with your hair pinned
It was
back.
like it was a military ball.
Gotcha.
which they have like every year at Christmas time. You know what I hate about military balls before we go? I have to say this. We
All right,
can't
say
leave
it.
without me saying this. Military balls are always in December for Christmas, right? So they'll get this fancy ballroom and everybody dresses up, right? And women's fashion generally, when you're buying ball gowns, most of the time they're like like spaghetti straps or strapless dresses.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find sleeved ball gowns. I mean, sometimes they come in and out of fashion, but whatever. Back then, it was really hard to find sleeved ball gowns. So I had this totally strapless ball gown, and it's like floor length or whatever, but I'm wearing high heels. It's December, middle of December, and the walk from the parking lot to the ballroom was like 2 miles, it
Oh
felt
man.
like. It wasn't 2 miles, that's me exaggerating. But yeah, so we're, like, walking. I'm in heels. I hate wearing heels, for the record, and I'm freezing my ass off. I should have bought a jacket, yes, I understand, but we were already out so much money because I had to buy this stupid dress and buy the stupid heels and buy the stupid, jewelry to go with it. Oh my gosh, yeah. I hate military balls because they were always in December, and it's so cold to be dressing like that. Like, fuck. I like I'm a homebody and I really like wearing comfy clothes, as evidenced by my wardrobe tonight. I hate getting all gussed up.
I don't
Just
even own a tie.
hate it.
I no longer own a tie. I don't own a suit. I don't really wear pants. I mean, if I go out in public, I usually wear sweats, but yeah,
I'm not wearing
I
pants
hate the
either.
idea of
I'm wearing shorts.
yeah, I'm wearing shorts of a kind right now. You could call these shorts.
Boxers?
I
No,
would
I'm wearing
yeah,
like real
I'm
shorts.
wearing boxers. I would go to the mailbox in these, sure.
I
But
wouldn't recommend that.
I know people. Uh Also, another we were talking about drive-throughs before and food and stuff.
Yes,
Another
yes, yes, yes.
another excellent thing that if for the drive-through in your car is if you never leave your car, you don't need pants. You can just wear boxers or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, dude. I have
Totally.
totally gone to the drive-through wearing like the same clothes I had on yesterday.
Yeah.
Like no
Yeah.
fucks given.
No
I don't give
fucks
a
given.
shit.
Hashtag no fucks given.
That's right. And I wear my husband's sweatpants like all the time, and they're obviously too big for me. I don't care. I'll like pull the drawstring like super tight so that they'll stay on me, but then they look like MC Hammer pants,
Yeah. They look
and
like
I'll,
parachute
I'll go out
pants.
and like check my mail like that. I don't give a shit.
No fucks given.
No fucks given.
All right,
Yeah,
let's do
no.
it. Let's end it. We're gonna rip it off like a band-aid.
Rip it off like a band-aid. Thanks everybody for coming out to
Thanks,
hang out with us
Robin. Thanks
tonight.
for the chat. Next
And thank
time.
you, Rob.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
And everybody, thanks for watching, and please join us next time for Round Robin. Good gaming, everyone.